Good morning, B. How are you feeling today?
Good morning, A. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. Looking forward to the report you have prepared for me.
Excellent. I have all the financial statements prepared for you, including the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement. I reviewed our past quarter activities to give you a clear view of your business financial performance.
That sounds promising. I've been keen on knowing how we're doing financially.
Our finances are stable, but there were some expenses that affected our spending. In any case, we're still within our allocated budget.
You're always on top of things, A. You really are my most dependable accountant.
I'm always here to help. It's my job to make sure your business is financially healthy. Is there a particular section of the report you would like me to highlight?
Can you please walk me through the profit and loss section? That's where we made some big investments.
Certainly, happy to do so. Our revenues for the past quarter showed a slight increase with those investments, but, as we expected, there was a decrease in the profit.
I understand. Well, it's all part of the business's growth. Thanks for your analysis, A.
You're welcome, B. Always here to help, and I appreciate the opportunity. Is there anything else that you need assistance with?
No, that would be all for now. Thanks again, A.
It was my pleasure, B. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need any other assistance. Have a great day. Hey B, have you heard of ISO 27001 cybersecurity before?
Yes, I have. It's a framework for managing information security risks, right?
That's right. It can help organizations protect their sensitive data and prevent cyber attacks.
Wow, that sounds really important. Have you ever worked with ISO 27001?
Yes, I have. In fact, I helped a company get certified last year.
Oh, cool. What was the process like?
It was definitely a lot of work, but it was worth it in the end. We had to assess all the risks and vulnerabilities, and then create a plan to mitigate them.
Sounds like a lot of paperwork.
You're not wrong, but it's definitely worth it for the added security it provides.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, what are some of the key components of ISO 27001?
Well, there's a lot to it, but some of the main things include risk assessment, security controls, and ongoing monitoring and improvement.
Got it. So, how can companies get started with implementing ISO 27001?
The first step is typically to perform a gap analysis to see where they currently stand in terms of information security. Then, they can develop a roadmap for implementing the necessary controls and processes.
Makes sense. It definitely seems like a worthwhile investment.
Definitely. The benefits of improved security far outweigh the initial costs and efforts of becoming certified.
Thanks for sharing your insights, A. I'll have to look more into ISO 27001 myself.
You're welcome, B. Let me know if you have any more questions. Hi, B. How's it going today at the pharmacy?
It's going well, thanks. How about you, A? How's your day as a doctor going?
It's been busy, as usual. I'm here to discuss an adjustment in one of my patients' medication regimen.
Sure thing. Can you tell me more about it?
Well, my patient has been experiencing some side effects from their current medication. I believe we should consider a different dosage or a switch to another medication.
Okay, let me check their file. Could you tell me about the side effects that they have been experiencing?
They have been complaining about drowsiness, dizziness, and difficulty concentrating.
Those are definitely common side effects. Let me see what other options we have.
I was thinking of maybe trying a different medication altogether. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes, let me look into that. I can suggest a couple of different options that may have fewer side effects, but we'll need to confirm with your patient's insurance coverage.
That sounds good. I appreciate your help, B. We want to make sure our patient feels as comfortable as possible.
Of course. It's important that we work together to help our patients achieve optimal health. Let's keep in touch and follow up on their progress.
Sounds great. Thanks for everything, B.
You bet, A. Have a good day and take care of yourself too.
Hi B, how's your homework going?
It's pretty tough, but I'm managing.
That's great to hear. What subject are you working on right now?
I'm doing math equations, and it's beginning to give me a headache.
Maths can be tricky, but don't worry. I can help you with drills or equations.
Thanks, Mom. You always seem to know how to make it simpler.
That's because I've also struggled with math when I was a student before.
Really? I thought you were a genius at all subjects.
Huh. No, I'm just a mom who loves to help her son with his homework.
Laughs. Well, I'm grateful for that.
Let me know if you need anything, okay? Water or maybe a snack?
Yes, please. I want to get a glass of water.
All right. Just take a break and have a stretch if you need it.
Can I say that I'm done for the day if I ace this assignment?
Absolutely. You deserve to rest after completing it.
Woohoo. Sounds fantastic to me.
Laughs, good job, B. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Mom. I couldn't have done it without your assistance.
Hey B, have you taken a look at the ISO 27001 access control list?
Yeah, I've been going through it. It's pretty extensive.
Definitely, but it's important to make sure we have all our bases covered when it comes to access control.
Absolutely. And it's not just about security, it's also about compliance.
That's true. Plus, it helps us protect our sensitive data.
Exactly. I noticed that we need to review our access control procedures for temporary employees.
Good catch. That's an easy loophole for potential security breaches.
And we also need to make sure that our third-party vendors have proper access controls in place.
Yes, that's a vital part of our supply chain security. Speaking of which, have you heard about the latest breach with that popular vendor we use?
No way. But it doesn't surprise me. That's why we need to make sure we're vigilant with our access control measures.
Exactly. It's better to be safe than sorry. By the way, have you finished your training module on access controls?
Yes, I have. Have you?
Not yet, but I plan on completing it before the end of the week.
Good idea. We need to stay up to date with our knowledge.
Agreed. And who knows, we might even learn something new and interesting.
Hey, who said learning can't be fun?
Hey, have you heard about ISO 27001 controls and technical measures?
Yeah, I've heard about it. But, to be honest, it sounds like a whole lot of technical jargon to me.
I can understand why you might think that. But it's actually pretty interesting if you break it down.
All right, give me the basics then.
Well, there are basically 14 categories of controls, ranging from access control to business continuity management.
That's a lot of categories. Can you give me an example of each one?
Sure. Access control is all about making sure only authorized personnel have access to sensitive data. Asset management is all about keeping track of hardware and software. Cryptography ensures that data is protected through encryption.
Okay, that makes sense. What about technical measures?
In terms of technical measures, there are 3 different levels: preventive, detective, and corrective. So, for example, firewalls would fall under preventive measures.
Got it. It's starting to come together for me now.
And within each of those categories, there are specific controls that can be put in place to ensure data privacy and security.
Sounds like a lot to keep track of.
It can be overwhelming, but it's important to ensure that data protection and privacy are taken seriously in any organization.
You're right. I'm definitely going to look more into this.
Great. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Will do. Thanks for the crash course.
Hey B, have you been thinking about the latest project we're working on, developing a smart home system?
Yeah, I have. It's a pretty exciting project. We can do so much with it.
Absolutely. The possibilities are endless. What sort of features have you been thinking of including?
I was thinking of sensors for temperature, humidity, and light, and even a voice-controlled assistant.
Those are great ideas. But what about integrating security into the system? Like facial recognition or something?
Oh, that's a brilliant suggestion. I wasn't even thinking about that. Maybe we could even add features like sensing water leaks or gas leaks.
That's definitely something we should consider. We want to make sure that the system is not only convenient, but also safe.
Right. And what about connectivity with other devices? Like syncing with a smartwatch or a smartphone?
Yes, that would be really cool. People can have control over their homes even when they're not physically there.
Speaking of control, let's make sure the system is user-friendly with a simple interface. Nobody wants to feel frustrated when they can't figure out how to turn off the lights.
Oh, absolutely. It has to be straightforward and intuitive. Otherwise, people won't be interested in using it.
Lastly, let's make sure the design is aesthetically pleasing. A smart home system should look appealing in any room of the house.
I completely agree. It should fit in seamlessly with the decor of the house. This has been a great discussion. Let's work on implementing all these ideas into the system.
Yes, let's get to work. This is going to be a fantastic project.
Hey B, how's it going?
Not bad, just prepping some veggies for tonight's service.
Perfect, I need you to help me out with the fish station tonight. We're expecting a busy night.
Sure thing, chef. What do you need me to do?
I need you to fillet and portion out the fish. Make sure everything is perfectly cut and presented.
Got it. Do we have enough fish for tonight's rush?
We should be good, but let's double check with the supplier just in case.
Sounds good. Hey, have you tried the new dessert menu yet?
Actually, I haven't had a chance. Which one do you recommend?
Definitely the chocolate lava cake. It's been a hit with our regulars.
I'll have to try it after service. Thanks for the recommendation.
No problem. Hey, chef, have you heard about the new restaurant opening down the street?
Yeah, I heard they're going all out with molecular gastronomy. Should we check it out?
Definitely, it would be great to see what our competition is up to.
Agreed. Let's plan on going next week on our day off.
Sounds like a plan, chef.
All right, let's get back to prep. We have a lot to do before service starts.
Yes, chef.
Good morning, officer. What seems to be the problem?
Good morning, sir. I noticed that you were about to turn right where the road sign says Railroad Dead End. Do you know what that means?
Dead end? Oh, that can't be good. Is it because of the railroad track?
Yes, that's right. The railroad crosses the road ahead, and it doesn't continue on the other side. It's a dead end.
Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know.
No problem. It's important to follow road signs to keep everyone safe. Do you think you can make a different turn from here?
Yes, I think I can take the next road to the left. Is that okay?
Sounds good to me. Just make sure you follow the speed limit and check for any other signs that may affect your route.
Got it, officer. Thank you for your help.
Anytime. And remember, safety comes first. Have a great day.
Will do, sir. You too. Hi there, I'm a foodie looking for some authentic German cuisine. Can you recommend some dishes?
Certainly. Our menu includes some classic German dishes such as bratwurst, sauerkraut, and pork knuckles.
Oh, those all sound delicious. Can you tell me more about them?
Bratwurst is a type of sausage made with pork and spices, often served with sauerkraut, which is pickled cabbage. And pork knuckles, also known as Schweinschecks, are roasted until crispy on the outside and tender on the inside.
Wow, that all sounds amazing. Do you have any personal favorites?
Definitely the pork knuckles. They're crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, a perfect pairing with a cold beer.
That sounds perfect. Is there anything else I should try while I'm here?
You could also try our potato pancakes, which are a popular side dish in Germany. They're made with grated potatoes and served with sour cream or applesauce.
Yum, I'll definitely try those. Are there any traditional German beers I should pair with my meal?
We have a selection of German beers, including pilsners, lagers, and wheat beers that would complement your meal nicely.
I'll definitely have to try some. Thank you for all your help, I can't wait to try everything.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal and let me know if you need anything else.
Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
Good morning, A. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, I did. I went to the beach with my family. How about you?
That sounds nice. I spent the weekend catching up on some reading and watching movies.
That sounds relaxing. What have you been reading lately?
I just finished a mystery novel. It was really good. Have you read any good books lately?
Yes, I just finished a romance novel. It was a bit predictable, but still enjoyable.
Speaking of romance, are you excited for Valentine's Day next week?
Not really, I'm single. But I do love all the discounted chocolates on the 15th.
Huh, I know what you mean. I'm married, so I have to come up with something special for my wife.
Good luck with that. Have you thought of any ideas yet?
Not yet, but I'm thinking of cooking her favorite meal and getting her some flowers.
That sounds really sweet. I'm sure she'll love it.
Thanks, I hope so. Anyway, let's get started with today's lesson. We have a lot to cover. Hey, B. How's it going?
Not bad, A. Thanks for asking. What brings you here today?
I think we need to design a chatbot with self-learning capabilities.
Yes, that's a great idea. What are the key features of the chatbot?
Well, it should be able to carry out a natural and organic conversation with the user.
Totally agree. It should also be able to recognize intention and respond appropriately.
Exactly. We could use natural language processing algorithms for that.
Definitely. And we can also use machine learning to improve the chatbot's intelligence over time.
So, we need to develop a database and constantly update information that the chatbot can learn from.
Yes, and it should be able to learn from user feedback as well.
Agreed. We also need to make sure it's straightforward to use and visually polished.
That's crucial. We want to make sure the chatbot is easy and intuitive to use.
What about designing it to incorporate multiple languages?
That's a great point. We could use translation algorithms so the user can chat with the chatbot in their native language.
And maybe we could also teach it some basic signs in sign language, so it can be even more inclusive.
That's a great idea. Now, we need to figure out how to implement these features.
Well, I think we need to collaborate with linguists and AI experts to make sure we're on the right track.
Yes. We should also test the chatbot frequently to ensure it's perfecting its conversational abilities.
Sounds amazing. Maybe we could even have a contest where people try to trip up the chatbot with tricky questions, and we award a prize to whoever manages to stump it.
That's a fun way to stress test the chatbot's capacity to think on its feet.
Thanks, B. Together, we can create an intelligent, self-learning chatbot that people will love to talk to. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, thanks. What brings you by?
I've been thinking a lot about chatbots lately, specifically how we can create one with good natural language processing and voice recognition.
It's definitely a challenge, but I think we can build a system that can handle both. Have you considered which AI libraries to use?
Yeah, I was thinking of using TensorFlow for modeling and Caldi for voice recognition. Do you think that's a good combination?
Those are both solid choices, but I would also suggest looking into using Spacey for NLP. It's great for handling text data.
Good idea. How can we make sure our chatbot provides personalized responses to each user?
We can start by using machine learning algorithms to analyze user data and behavior. That way, the chatbot can provide tailored responses that meet each user's unique needs.
I like that idea. How can we integrate the chatbot with other systems?
One approach could be to use APIs to allow the chatbot to leverage data from other systems like customer relationship management tools, marketing automation tools, and online forums.
Makes sense. Do you think we should use a rule-based approach or a machine learning-based approach to implement the chatbot's response mechanism?
I think it's better to use a hybrid of both, a machine learning-based approach for more complex intents and rule-based approach for simpler ones.
Great suggestion. How can we test the chatbot's performance throughout the development process?
We can use test cases to compare the model's output to expected responses from a large and diverse group of users.
That sounds perfect. Can we include features like sentiment analysis and recommendation engines to provide users with better experiences?
Of course. We can incorporate APIs from companies like Amazon and Google to handle sentiment analysis and recommendation engines.
Sweet. Do you think we're ready to demo the chatbot to the rest of the team?
Almost. We should refine the NLP model and voice recognition accuracy a bit further, but I'm confident we'll be ready soon.
All right, thanks for the insight. This chatbot is going to revolutionize the customer service industry.
No problem. Looking forward to working on this project with you.
Hi there, I'm looking for a new outfit for a friend's wedding. Can you help me find something suitable?
Of course. What kind of style are you looking for?
Something elegant, but not too formal. Maybe with a little bit of sparkle?
Sounds perfect for a wedding. How about this dress here? It has a flattering cut with subtle sequins on the neckline.
Oh, I love the neckline. But I'm not sure about the length. Do you have something a little longer?
Absolutely, let me show you this floor-length gown. It's flowy and has just the right amount of sparkle.
Wow, this is beautiful. But I'm worried it might be too formal.
Not to worry, you can dress it down with some minimalist jewelry and a simple clutch. Just enough sparkle without stealing the bride's thunder.
Haha, true. You're right. It's perfect. Thank you so much for your help.
It was my pleasure. Don't forget to check out our shoe section too. We have some lovely options to complement your outfit.
Thanks, I will. I'm so glad I stopped by today.
You're welcome, and have a wonderful time at the wedding.
Hey B, have you heard about the new project our company is working on?
Hey, no, what is it about?
It's a smart traffic management system for smart cities.
That sounds interesting. What technologies are we going to use?
Well, we will be using real-time data analysis and machine learning algorithms to predict and manage traffic flow.
That sounds challenging. What role will you be playing?
I'll be working on the software development side.
That's great. And what role will you be taking?
I'll be working on designing and implementing the machine learning algorithms.
Wow, sounds like a lot of work.
It is, but it'll be worth it when we see the system in action.
How about user interface? Who will be responsible for it?
We have a team of designers who will take care of that.
Good. How are we going to train the machine learning models?
We'll need a lot of data to train them. We can gather data from traffic cameras, road sensors, and other sources.
That's a good point. How accurate do we want our predictions to be?
We're aiming for at least 90% accuracy.
That's quite ambitious, but I like it. How about handling unexpected situations, such as accidents or road closures?
We'll need to build in some flexibility into the system to handle those situations.
Right, we can't predict everything. How are we going to test the system?
We'll need to simulate different scenarios to see how the system reacts and adjust it accordingly.
Makes sense. When do we start working on this project?
We're starting next week. Are you ready to get to work?
Absolutely, let's do this.
Hey, B. I heard we need to design a high-performance server architecture for our online game. Any idea how to tackle this?
Hi, A. Great to hear that we can work together on this. So, have you checked the specifications of the game and what hardware we'll be using?
Not yet. I think the game involves a lot of real-time user interactions, and of course, we're expecting a lot of traffic.
Got it. We'll need to model the server architecture and load test it. We may consider parallel processing or distribution across multiple servers to handle the load.
Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe we can also implement caching and compression techniques to reduce outgoing traffic and increase the response time.
Absolutely. We can also utilize automatic scaling techniques that can handle sudden spikes in traffic to prevent overload or sluggish performance.
Cool. This is starting to sound like a fun challenge. Do you think we need to consider any special security measures for the architecture?
Yes, of course. We'll need to ensure that data privacy and security are at the forefront of our design. We need to incorporate firewall and encryption processes in our design.
Understood. Well, it seems like we have a lot to work on. Is there anything else we need to consider?
Just the final outcome. We aim to make it efficient and cost-effective while ensuring the game is seamless, scalable, and secure.
That's a no-brainer. After all, we want our players to have the best gaming experience.
Absolutely. We need to make sure the players can enjoy without realizing the hard work we put into building a solid and reliable infrastructure.
Thanks, B, for explaining how this works. I'm excited to start working on this project with you.
You're welcome, A. I'm thrilled to be part of this and looking forward to delivering a high-quality server architecture for an incredible gaming experience.
Good morning, B. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well. Hey, have you noticed that the software quality has been slipping lately?
Yes, I have. It's becoming a bit of a problem.
I agree. We need to come up with a plan to improve the quality.
Definitely. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I was thinking we could start by implementing more testing procedures.
That's a good point. We could also involve the development team in the testing process.
Yes, that's a great idea. Collaboration always leads to better results.
For sure. It's important to make sure the development and quality teams are working together.
Exactly. And we can't forget about the importance of documentation. We need to make sure everything is properly documented.
Agreed. Documentation is crucial for troubleshooting and resolving issues.
Another thing we could do is send frequent updates to the users and gather feedback. That way, we can catch any issues early on.
Good thinking. And we can use that feedback to improve the software.
Definitely. It's important to have a continuous improvement cycle.
Absolutely. We need to keep striving for better quality.
Well, we have some good ideas to get started. Let's implement them and see how it goes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for your input, A.
No problem, B. Let's make this software the best it can be. Hi there. I see you're checking out our livestock in the barn. Are you a food scientist or something?
Yes, I am. I'm particularly interested in improving meat quality. How do you ensure that the meat you produce is of high quality?
Well, we make sure our animals are well fed, healthy, and free of diseases. We also give them plenty of space to move around and exercise.
That's great. Did you know that a diet rich in grains and plants can enhance the taste and texture of meat?
Really? I didn't know that. We usually just feed our animals with hay and corn.
Yes, that's why it's important to diversify their diet. It won't only make the meat taste better, but also make it healthier for consumers.
That makes sense. How about the processing? Is there anything we can improve on that?
You can start with ensuring that the animals are free of stress and pain while being slaughtered. This can minimize the release of stress hormones that affect meat quality.
That's actually something we pay attention to. We make sure that the animals are handled properly so they won't experience any stress.
Well, you're on the right track then. One more thing you can do is to let the meat rest for a while after slaughtering so it can become tender and juicy. Have you heard about this method?
I've heard of it, but we haven't tried it yet. Do you think it would make a difference?
Definitely. Letting the meat rest for a few minutes after cooking or roasting can result in a more tender and flavorful dish. Give it a try.
Thanks a lot for the tips, my friend. I'll definitely incorporate those in our process. You're a great help.
It was a pleasure sharing my knowledge with you. I'm always happy to help farmers and producers in improving the quality of their products.
Hi there, B. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tutor A. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I'm excited for today's lesson.
That's great to hear, B. Speaking of which, I wanted to ask how you feel about our progress in the course so far.
Honestly, Tutor A, I'm really enjoying the pace we're going at. It's challenging but manageable.
That's wonderful to hear. Are there any particular areas of the course material you're struggling with or want to focus more on?
Well, I've been struggling a bit with phrasal verbs, but I think with a bit more practice I'll get the hang of it.
Phrasal verbs can definitely be tricky. Let's make sure to focus on that more in future lessons. Have you found any of the previous lessons particularly helpful?
Definitely. I found the lesson on idioms to be really useful in everyday conversations, and the grammar review was a great refresher.
I'm glad to hear that, B. Speaking of idioms, do you have a favorite one to use?
Oh, definitely. I like using kill two birds with one stone when I have to do two things at once.
That's a great one. Do you have any other favorite English expressions or sayings?
I think break a leg is pretty funny when you want to wish someone good luck.
Haha, yes, it is a bit strange when you think about it. Well, B, our time is almost up for today's lesson. Do you have any questions before we wrap up?
No, not at the moment. Tutor A, thanks for another great lesson.
You're welcome, B. See you next time. Hi there. I'm looking for a new pair of pants. Do you have any recommendations?
Of course. What style are you looking for?
I want something comfortable but still stylish. Maybe something with a tapered leg?
Absolutely. We have plenty of options in that style. What color were you thinking?
Maybe a navy blue or a dark gray?
We have both of those options available. Let me grab a couple of pairs for you to try on.
These are really comfortable. I love the fit too.
Great to hear. How about the navy blue pair?
These are perfect too. Which one should I get?
Why not both? You can never have too many comfortable pants.
Laughs, I like the way you think. I'll take both.
Excellent choice. And don't forget to check out our socks. They'll pair perfectly with your new pants.
Laughs, you got me. I can't resist a good pair of socks. Thanks for your help.
Anytime, it's my pleasure to help. Have a great day.
Hey, have you seen the latest news about the upcoming presidential election?
Yeah, I have. It's been all over the news lately.
Who do you think will win?
It's hard to say at this point. Both candidates have their strengths and weaknesses.
I agree. It's definitely going to be a close race.
Did you hear about the new tax cuts that were just passed?
No, I haven't. What are the cuts for?
They're for small businesses and middle-class families. It's supposed to help stimulate the economy.
That sounds interesting. I hope it works out.
Me too. I think we could all use some extra help right now.
On a completely different note, have you watched any good movies or TV shows lately?
Actually, I just finished watching a new series on Netflix called Stranger Things. It's amazing.
I've heard so many good things about it. I'll have to add it to my list of things to watch.
You definitely should. The plot is really captivating and the characters are so unique.
Speaking of unique characters, have you seen any good movies with great acting performances lately?
Yes. I recently watched Joker and Joaquin Phoenix's performance was outstanding.
Oh yeah, I heard he's up for an Oscar nomination for that role.
And he deserves it too. He really embodied the character and made it his own.
I'll have to check it out. Thanks for the recommendation.
Sure thing. Let me know what you think after you watch it.
Hey B, have you seen the new tennis court at school?
Yeah, it looks amazing. I've always wanted to learn how to play tennis.
Me too. Maybe we could become the school's tennis players and boost our popularity.
Sounds like a plan. But first, we need to learn how to play. Do you know anyone who could teach us?
I actually have an aunt who used to play professionally. I could ask her to give us some tips.
That would be great. We could also watch some online tutorials and practice with each other.
Absolutely. We could also join a local tennis club to get more practice and learn from experienced players.
Good idea. And when we improve, we can challenge other schools and represent our own school in tournaments.
Yes. That would be so cool. Imagine our classmates cheering us on and supporting us.
And we could even inspire other students to take up tennis and promote a healthy and active lifestyle.
Exactly. With our hard work and dedication, we could become the school's tennis sensations and make a name for ourselves.
Let's do it. I can already picture us lifting the championship trophy and taking a victory lap around the court.
Haha, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I have a good feeling about this. Who knows, we could be the next Federer and Nadal.
Dream big or go home, right? Let's show everyone what we're made of.
Hello, can you assist me with the meal options?
Sure, I'd be happy to. What are you in the mood for?
I'm not quite sure. What do you suggest?
Our signature dish is the roasted chicken with garlic butter, or we also have a vegetarian pasta option.
The roasted chicken sounds delicious, but I think I'll go with the pasta instead.
Great choice. Would you like a side salad or garlic bread with that?
Can I have both?
Absolutely. Would you like anything to drink with your meal?
Yes, do you have any red wine?
I'm sorry, we only have white wine or beer available on this flight.
No problem, I'll just have water. Thank you for your help.
No problem at all, it's my pleasure to help. Is there anything else you need?
Actually, could I get a blanket and pillow? I'd like to take a nap.
Of course. I'll bring them over to you right away. Enjoy your meal and rest.
Thank you, you've been so helpful.
Anytime, that's what I'm here for. Have a great flight.
Hello there. Are you enjoying the beauty of my fruit orchard?
It's absolutely stunning. It looks like your trees are loaded with fruit this year.
Thank you. Yes, they are. I was actually thinking of trying something new this season.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I heard that some fruits have medicinal properties, and I was thinking of using them to create natural remedies.
That's a great idea. What fruits do you have in mind, and do you have any specific remedies in mind?
I was thinking of using some of the apples and pears to make a cough syrup, and some of the blueberries to make an antioxidant supplement.
That sounds like a good plan. Just make sure to do your research first to ensure the fruits are safe and effective for those remedies.
Of course, I will do that. Do you have any other suggestions for me?
Well, if you have any apricots, they are great for soothing an upset stomach. And if you have any grapes, they can be used to promote a healthy heart.
Thank you for the suggestions. I see you really know your stuff.
Haha, I try my best. I just love finding natural remedies and alternative medicine options.
That's great. Well, I hope you can join me in my next batch of fruit remedies when they're ready.
Count me in. I can't wait to see how they turn out.
Wow, this art museum in Kobe is fantastic. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, it showcases the development of art in Kobe from the Edo period to the present day.
That's really interesting. What kind of art was prominent during the Edo period?
The Edo period was characterized by ukiyo-e woodblock prints, which highlighted pop culture and the everyday lives of people.
Oh, I've seen those before. They're quite colorful and intricate.
That's right. And during the Meiji period, Western-style painting became more popular in Kobe.
That's fascinating. It seems like Kobe has a rich history of art.
Definitely. And the museum's collection highlights the works of local artists from each period.
I admire that. It's important to appreciate and support local artists and their contributions to the art world.
Absolutely. Plus, it's always great seeing different perspectives and techniques in art.
I definitely agree. This museum is a must-visit for any art lover.
Yes, and don't forget to check out the temporary exhibitions. They always have intriguing pieces on display.
That's a great tip. I can't wait to see what they have in store.
Neither can I. Let's continue exploring and learning more about Kobe's art scene.
Hi, I'm a travel photographer. I'm here to do a beach photo shoot. Are you interested in being my model?
Hey, I'm a model. Sure, I'd love to be part of your project. What's the concept?
It's a beach fashion shoot. I want to capture the relaxed and carefree vibe of the beach.
Sounds like fun. Let's get started. Should I change into a swimsuit right away?
Not yet. I want to start by taking some photos of you with that beach umbrella in the background. It will complement your colorful dress.
Great idea. I love this dress, and the umbrella will add a pop of color. What do you think about the lighting?
The lighting is perfect right now, with the sun still high in the sky. Let's get some shots with the sun shining on your hair and face.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing the results. What's the next location?
The lifeguard tower. It has a different vibe, and the height will give us some interesting angles.
Cool. Should I change into a swimsuit now?
Yes, that would be perfect. I have a few ideas for poses and angles that will complement the tower. Let's get creative.
I'm up for it. Let's make some great photos.
Time to wrap up. We've captured some amazing shots today. Thank you for being such a great model.
Thank you for choosing me for this shoot. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see the photos.
Good morning, Dr. B. How are you feeling today?
Good morning, Nurse A. I'm feeling pretty good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So, what surgery do we have lined up today?
We'll be performing a laparoscopic appendectomy on our patient. Have you worked on one before?
Yes, I have. I find it a bit challenging, but it's always interesting.
Yes, it is. It requires an excellent teamwork, and that's where you come in.
Of course, I'll make sure to pass you the instruments as precisely as possible. What music do you usually listen to during surgery?
I usually listen to classical music, but today we can listen to pop music, if you don't mind.
Sure, I enjoy pop music too. It'll definitely lighten up the mood.
I believe so too. Let's get to work and make this a successful operation.
Absolutely. Patient's life is in our hands, and we should make sure we give our best.
You're absolutely right, Nurse A. Let's work together and achieve great results.
Good luck, Dr. B. I'll be here every step of the way.
Thank you, Nurse A. Together, we can do this.
Hey there, B. How's it going?
Hi, A. I'm doing great, thanks. How about you?
I'm good too. Just a bit stressed out about the upcoming race. You know how it is.
Yeah, I can imagine. But don't worry. I'm here to make sure your car is in tip-top shape.
That's why I love working with you, B. You always have my back. What's the plan for today's maintenance?
Well, first we're going to check the brake pads and replace them if necessary. Then we'll move on to the transmission, oil filters, and suspension. Oh, and don't forget about the tires.
Sounds like a lot of work, but I trust you. By the way, have you heard about the new driver joining our team?
No, I haven't. Who is it?
His name is Mike. He's supposed to be a real speed demon.
Ooh, exciting. Do you think he'll give you a run for your money?
Huh. I doubt it. But who knows? Anything can happen on the racetrack.
That's true. Speaking of the racetrack, have you decided on your strategy for the race yet?
Not yet. But I'm thinking of going for a more conservative approach this time around. I don't want to risk anything.
Wise choice. Safety first, right?
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, did you hear about that crazy race that happened in Japan last week?
No, what happened?
Well, apparently one of the drivers accidentally hit the wrong button on his steering wheel and ended up activating his ejection seat mid-race.
Laughs, you're kidding me. What did he do?
He luckily landed safely in a nearby field, but needless to say, he didn't win the race.
Still laughing, that's insane. Let's hope nothing like that happens to you.
Chuckles, agreed. Alright, let's get to work on this maintenance. I want to make sure I'm ready for whatever comes my way on race day. Good afternoon, how may I help you?
Hi there, I'm a teacher looking for some good book recommendations for my students.
Absolutely, what age group are they?
They range from middle school to high school students.
I suggest you take a look at our collection of classics. Books like To Kill a Mockingbird and The Great Gatsby are perfect for that age group.
Oh, those are great suggestions. Do you have any popular current titles?
Yes, we have a section for bestseller books. The Hunger Games and The Fault in Our Stars are quite popular among young readers.
My students love those books, thanks. Do you have any suggestions for inspiring biographies?
Becoming by Michelle Obama and I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai are both excellent choices.
Those sound perfect. I also need books on world history. Do you have any recommendations?
Absolutely, we have a large collection of history books. A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn is a great read.
That's perfect, thank you. You have been very helpful.
It was my pleasure. Let me know if you need any more assistance. Hi there. I am a big fan of Italian cuisine. Can you tell me more about the Italian dishes you have in this restaurant?
Of course. We have a wide range of Italian dishes such as pizza, spaghetti, macaroni, lasagna, and ravioli.
Wow, that all sounds delicious. What type of pizza do you offer?
We have different types of pizza, from classic margherita to more unusual toppings like prosciutto or artichokes.
Yum, I think I'll go for a margarita. How about spaghetti? Does it come in different sauces?
Absolutely. We have spaghetti with tomato sauce, carbonara, or even seafood.
Oh, I love seafood. I'll definitely try the seafood spaghetti. How about macaroni? What can you tell me about that dish?
Our macaroni comes with a delicious, creamy cheese sauce. It's perfect for cheese lovers.
That sounds amazing. And lasagna, is it homemade?
Yes, our lasagna is homemade and made with layers of pasta, meat sauce, and bechamel sauce.
You're making my mouth water. And what about ravioli? What flavors do you offer?
We have ravioli filled with meat, spinach, and ricotta cheese, or pumpkin.
Oh, I've never tried pumpkin ravioli before. It sounds interesting. I might have to get that as well.
Great choice. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all for now. Thank you so much for your help. I can't wait to try everything.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal.
Hey B, how's it going? I've been brainstorming on how we can better handle user data to improve advertising efforts.
Hey, good to hear. What ideas do you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking we could utilize AI to analyze user behavior and preferences.
That's definitely a possibility, but let's make sure we're transparent with users about their data being used.
Agreed, we can update the privacy policy to make sure everything is clear.
Have you also considered segmenting the data to better target specific demographics?
Yes, that's a great point. It would make our advertising efforts more efficient.
I was thinking we could also use customer feedback to improve product recommendations.
That's a good idea. We can also use the data to personalize the user experience.
Definitely, personalization is key in today's market. Have you considered any challenges we might face with this approach?
Well, one challenge we might face is data security. We need to make sure we're protecting the user's personal information.
Absolutely, we don't want any breaches to occur. We also want to make sure we're staying compliant with all regulations and laws.
Yes, we have to be careful with how we handle the data. But, overall, I think this approach can really benefit our advertising efforts.
I agree. It's important to use data ethically and responsibly, but the potential benefits are huge.
Thanks for discussing this with me, B. I'm excited to get to work on implementing these ideas.
No problem, hey. I'm looking forward to seeing the positive impact this will have on our company.
Hey son, what are we going to play today?
I was thinking maybe some frisbee or soccer.
Those are both great ideas, but you know what I heard about recently? Something called foot golf.
Foot golf? What's that?
It's like golf, but you kick a soccer ball instead of hitting a golf ball. It's pretty fun. Do you want to try it?
Sure, let's do it. But are there any special rules we should know?
Yeah, you have to get the ball into the designated hole, but you have to use as few kicks as possible.
Sounds challenging. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, I'll go first. Watch and learn, son. Yes. That was a great shot.
Wow, nice one, Dad. Let's see if I can do better. Oh man, I missed.
Don't worry about it, son. That was still a good try. Let's keep going.
Okay, but I promise.
Hey B, we've been brainstorming for a while now about how to automate news article generation. Any thoughts from a natural language processing perspective?
Yes indeed, A. I was thinking we could use deep learning models to train systems to generate articles based on articles from the past.
Interesting. But wouldn't that result in articles that are too similar to the ones we've published previously?
Not if we use natural language processing techniques to incorporate current events and provide a unique spin on the articles.
I see your point. But what about bias in the articles?
We can train the algorithms to be neutral and unbiased by using diverse datasets and providing human input.
Okay, what about the potential errors or weirdly generated articles?
We can use techniques like neural text generation and reinforcement learning to reduce errors and make the articles more natural sounding.
Gotcha. What potential roadblocks do you see in the implementation of such a system?
One potential roadblock could be making sure the system can adapt to changes in language and writing styles. Also, we need to mitigate against artificial intelligence doing damage to people's jobs.
Great points. What advantage do you think this would give us if we build this system?
For one, we could generate news articles much quicker and more efficiently, allowing us to focus on other aspects of the news publishing business. Additionally, we could expand the scope of our content to include topics and areas we may not have written about before.
I see. Thanks for sharing, B. Let's explore this further and see if we can implement something.
Absolutely, A. Looking forward to it.
Hey B, thanks for joining me today to discuss the design of the health app.
No problem, A. I'm excited to get started on this project.
First things first, let's talk about the main features we want to include in the app.
I was thinking of incorporating a personalized workout plan for each user based on their fitness level and goals.
Great idea, B. And we could also include a feature for tracking daily calorie intake.
Yes, and maybe we could add some social features so users can connect with each other and get support.
That sounds like a great idea, B. How do you think we should organize the app's layout?
I think keeping the design simple and user-friendly is key, with easy navigation to each feature.
Agreed. We want to make it as easy as possible for users to find what they're looking for.
What about the app's color scheme?
I was thinking a mix of calming blues and energizing greens. What do you think?
Sounds great, A. Those colors could give the app a soothing yet invigorating vibe.
Awesome. How about we add some fun features like a 7-day fitness challenge that users can participate in?
Yes. And we could even include fun badges or rewards for completing the challenges.
That's a great idea, B. Hey, have you ever thought about adding a tutorial or help section for new users?
Definitely, we want to make sure users feel confident navigating the app from the get-go.
Totally agree. Hey, should we add a feature for music playlists to work out to?
Absolutely. Listening to music while working out is a must.
We could even have different playlists for different types of workouts, like high intensity or yoga.
Brilliant idea, A. Is there anything else we're missing?
I think we've covered everything. Let's take this information and start designing the app.
Sounds good to me, A. I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Thanks for your help and ideas, B.
No problem, A. Anytime.
Hey there, B. It's great to be out here on this beautiful day, hunting and cooking up some delicious game.
Yes, it's good to be out in nature. What do you plan to hunt today?
Well, I was thinking of going after some rabbit or maybe a few pheasants.
I love pheasants. I bet I could cook up something amazing with them.
That's great. I'm sure we'll make an awesome team.
Definitely. Do you have any specific techniques or tricks for hunting?
I like to use my hunting dog to flush out the game, and then I take the shot. What about you, B?
I prefer using snares and traps. It's a more hands-off approach that allows me to focus on the cooking.
That's interesting. I haven't tried that before.
Well, there's a first time for everything. Let's get started and see what we can find.
Agreed. I'll go this way and you go that way. Meet back here in an hour.
Sounds good. See you then. Hey, I got lucky and caught 4 pheasants.
Awesome job, B. Let's cook them up right here and have a delicious meal.
I've got just the recipe in mind. We'll need some herbs, spices, and a pinch of seasoning.
Sounds like we'll have a feast fit for kings.
And a dessert to boot. I brought some apples and flour for apple fritters.
This is shaping up to be an unforgettable meal. Thanks for bringing your culinary skills, B.
My pleasure. Hunting and cooking are 2 of my favorite things, especially when done together like this.
I couldn't agree more. Let's get started on the fire and get to cooking. Good evening, sir. Welcome to our restaurant. May I take your order?
Hi there. I'm the chef tonight, so I'm excited to see what our customers choose.
Great. Our most popular dish is the traditional Aussie meat pie. It's absolutely delicious.
The meat pie. I can vouch for that. I make it myself and I'm very proud of it. But don't forget about our mouth-watering seafood dishes too.
That's right. Our fish and chips are also a favorite. And have you tried our lamb chops?
Oh, yes. They're a must-try too.
Speaking of lamb, I heard that you have your own farm with sheep?
Yes, I do. I just love cooking with fresh produce, and being able to raise my own livestock is just a bonus.
That's amazing. So, how do you prepare your lamb dishes?
I like to keep it simple and let the flavor of the meat speak for itself. Some fresh herbs, olive oil, and a touch of garlic go a long way.
That sounds delicious. I can't wait to try it myself.
I'll make sure to prepare something special for you.
Thank you, it's very kind of you. By the way, have you heard about the new beer that we're serving?
No, I haven't. What is it?
It's an exclusive craft beer made by a local brewery. It's been a hit with our customers.
Wow, I'm intrigued. I might just have to try it myself.
Great. Let me put in your order and I'll have the kitchen prepare your food right away.
Thanks, I'm looking forward to it.
It was nice chatting with you. Enjoy your meal.
You too. Thank you for being such a great host.
Hey B, how's it going? I've been looking forward to this meeting.
Hey A, I'm doing well, thanks. Likewise, I've been excited to discuss our production process.
Great. So, what do you think it'll take to make our production more efficient? I think cutting costs is our top priority.
I couldn't agree more. We need to streamline our supply chain and go for lean manufacturing. What do you suggest?
Well, we could start by implementing new software to monitor our inventory and reduce waste. That would go a long way in cutting costs.
That's definitely worth considering. Do you have specific software in mind that you think would be a good fit for us?
Yes, I've been doing some research and I think the XYZ software could help us optimize our supply chain and find areas where we can reduce waste.
Okay, let's take a closer look at that. Do you have any other ideas besides software?
Yes, I was also thinking we could reorganize our production lines to make them more efficient. We could use a Kanban system to reduce lead time and minimize inventory.
That's a great idea. We definitely need to focus on reducing the amount of inventory we have on hand. Do you have any experience implementing a Kanban system?
Yes, I've been trained on it and I think I can help get the process started. It'll take some time to get everyone trained, but I think it would be worth it in the long run.
Agreed. It may take some time, but it will definitely be worth it. Do you have any other suggestions?
I think we could also look at automating some of our processes to reduce human error and minimize the amount of time it takes to produce our products. Have you considered using robotics or other forms of automation?
We've talked about it, but we haven't taken any concrete steps yet. It's definitely worth exploring. Would you be willing to head up a team to research the best ways to introduce automation to our production process?
Absolutely. I think automation could be a game changer for us. I'll start putting together a team right away.
Fantastic. I really appreciate your enthusiasm and willingness to take the lead on these initiatives.
No problem, B. I just want to help our company succeed and stay ahead of the competition.
I think we're on the right track. Thanks for your input, A. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can accomplish together.
Me too, B. Let's get started. Hey B, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How about you?
Doing well. So, what do you want to chat about today?
I was hoping to get some feedback on our current user interface for the social app.
Sure, what are you looking to improve?
We're looking to increase user engagement and make the app more user-friendly.
Well, we could start by simplifying the layout.
That's a good point. We want users to be able to navigate the app easily.
And we could add some more visual elements to make it more appealing.
Definitely. We want to make sure users enjoy using the app.
And what about adding a feature to make it easier to share content?
Great idea. That could really increase usage.
We could also create personalized recommendations for users.
Yes, that could keep users coming back for more.
What about incorporating some gamification elements?
I like that idea. It could add a fun, competitive aspect to the app.
Another thing to consider is improving our notifications.
Agreed. We want to make sure users don't miss any important updates.
And we could optimize the search function to make it more efficient.
Good point. We want users to be able to quickly find what they're looking for.
How about adding some social sharing options?
Definitely. We want to make it easy for users to share what they love.
And maybe we could create some social features, like groups or events.
Yes, that could bring users together and create more engagement.
One final suggestion, improving the onboarding process for new users.
Great idea. We want to make it easy for new users to start using the app.
Well, those are some solid ideas. I'm excited to see how we can implement them.
Me too, thanks for the discussion.
Good evening. Can I have a Long Island, please?
Sure thing. That's a classic cocktail. Have you ever tried it before?
No, actually. Can you tell me what's in it?
Of course. It's a mix of vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec, and sour mix, topped with a splash of Coke.
Wow, that's quite a combination. Is it strong?
It can be, but it also depends on how it's prepared. We make ours with equal parts of each alcohol, so it can definitely pack a punch.
Got it. Can you recommend any food to go with it?
Sure. Our buffalo wings are always a hit. They're spicy and go well with a cold drink.
Perfect. I'll definitely try that. So, what do you recommend for someone who's new to the bar scene?
I would suggest starting with something light, like a vodka cranberry or a margarita. But it's all about personal preference in the end.
Thanks for the tip. So, how long have you been working here?
I've been bartending for about 5 years now. I love meeting new people and creating new drinks.
That's awesome. Do you have any signature cocktails?
Yes, actually. I make a mean espresso martini that's become quite popular among our regulars.
Sounds delicious. I'll have to try that next time. Thanks for the recommendation and for keeping me company tonight.
It was my pleasure. Enjoy your Long Island and buffalo wings.
Hey B. How's it going?
Hey! Pretty good, just trying to come up with a solid plan for developing a reliable blockchain app. How about you?
I'm good, just wrapping up some software development tasks for the day. So, what's the plan for this blockchain app?
Well, we need to come up with a way to ensure the security and trustworthiness of the app, while also making it user-friendly and accessible.
That makes sense. Have you considered using smart contracts to automate some of the processes?
Definitely. Smart contracts can streamline the process and make it more efficient. Plus, they're self-executing, which reduces the chance of human error.
Nice. And what about using cryptography to ensure the authenticity of transactions?
Great idea. We could use public key cryptography to secure the app and ensure that all transactions are legitimate.
Sounds like we're on the right track. But, how do we make sure that the app is scalable and can handle high volumes of transactions?
We can use sharding, which partitions the blockchain into smaller networks to increase processing speed and capacity.
Ah, I see. And what about privacy concerns? How can we guarantee the user's privacy?
We could use zero-knowledge proofs to ensure privacy. This would allow users to authenticate their identity without revealing any personal information.
That's brilliant. It seems like we've got everything covered. I can't wait to see the end product.
Same here, eh? It's always exciting to work on innovative projects like this one. Thanks for your help and ideas.
No problem, B. Always happy to collaborate and think outside the box. Good afternoon, sir. How may I assist you today?
Hi, I just received a new prescription for some medication and I wanted to make sure I take it correctly.
Sure thing. Let me take a look at the prescription. Ah, yes. This is a new medication that needs to be taken with food. Have you been eating before taking it?
I have, but I was not aware that this medication needed to be taken with food. Thanks for letting me know.
No worries. It's always important to follow medication instructions carefully to avoid any unwanted reactions.
Yes, I have heard stories about people having bad reactions to medications. What else should I watch out for?
Some common side effects of this medication are dizziness and drowsiness. So, it's best to avoid driving or using heavy machinery until you know how it affects you.
Got it, I will be careful. How about alcohol? Can I still drink while on this medication?
I would advise against it, as alcohol could worsen the dizziness and drowsiness. It's best to avoid alcohol until you finish the medication.
Thanks for the heads up. Is there anything else I should know about this medication?
Yes, it's important to finish the full course of the medication, even if you start feeling better before the end of the treatment. This helps ensure that the infection is completely eradicated.
Understood. Thank you so much for your help and advice.
You're welcome. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to come back and ask. Have a good day. Hi there. My name is A, and I oversee the company's database management. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, A. My name is B, and I specialize in big data analytics. I'm excited to discuss how we can utilize our expertise to optimize logistics operations.
Great. So, what are some ideas you have in mind for using big data in logistics?
Well, we can analyze past trends and figure out the best routes for delivery to optimize timing and fuel consumption. Also, we can implement predictive maintenance to reduce downtime and ensure our fleet is running efficiently.
Those are great suggestions. We can also track our supply chain more effectively and monitor inventory levels using big data.
Yes, absolutely. With real-time data, we can identify potential bottlenecks in the supply chain and make adjustments accordingly. We can also use data visualization tools to gain better insights and improve decision-making.
That's true. We can use dashboards to track key performance metrics and visualize the data in ways that are meaningful to our business operations. This would also help us communicate results to other teams and stakeholders.
Definitely. I think it's important to involve all departments in the optimization process, including sales, marketing, and customer service. With everyone working together, we can achieve even greater results.
I couldn't agree more. And we can use big data to improve the customer experience by providing real-time tracking information and personalized recommendations based on their buying history.
Right, and with machine learning algorithms, we can even predict what products customers may want in the future and proactively offer them.
Wow, that sounds amazing. With these big data analytics techniques, we could decrease costs, increase efficiency, and provide a better customer experience all at once.
That's the idea. It's about utilizing technology and data to solve real-world logistical issues. Thanks for the insightful conversation, A.
No problem, B. It was great brainstorming with you. Let's make our logistics operations the best they can be. Hi there, B. How's it going?
Not bad, A. Excited to work on this project together.
Me too. Let's start thinking about the design of the website.
I was thinking we should focus on clean lines and bold typography to make it modern.
Great idea. How about using a monochrome color scheme to keep it simple and elegant?
Yes. We could also use texture and depth to add interest to the layout.
Definitely. Let's make sure it's also mobile-friendly and easy to navigate.
Agreed. What do you think about using a hamburger menu for the mobile version?
Good call. We'll also need to consider the loading time and optimize the images and code.
Absolutely. How about using a grid system to ensure consistency in the layout?
That works. We could also use animations and interactions to engage the users.
Yes, but let's make sure they're not too distracting or excessive.
Good point. How about incorporating some videos and photos to showcase the company's products and services?
Sounds perfect. We could also use some social proof to build trust with potential customers.
Yes, let's add some testimonials and case studies. What about the font choice?
I was thinking a sans serif font would look clean and modern.
All right, let's go with that. Should we also include a contact form for inquiries?
Definitely. And a live chat option would be great too.
Sounds good. How about including some calls to action throughout the site to encourage conversions?
Perfect. We could use Learn More or Sign Up Now buttons to guide users to take action.
This is going to be a great-looking site. Let's get to work on it.
I'm excited to see it all come together. Thanks for collaborating with me, A.
You too, B. Looking forward to creating something awesome together. Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
Good morning, boss. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thanks. So, let's talk business. How's everything going with the new project?
It's going pretty smoothly so far. We're making good progress and staying on track with our timeline.
That's great to hear. I knew I could count on you to deliver. Is there anything you need from me to help things along?
Actually, there's one thing I could use some help with. I need some more resources to finish up a few tasks.
No problem, I'll see what I can do. Just remember to not overwork yourself and take a break when you need it.
Thanks, boss. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Speaking of breaks, have you tried the new coffee shop down the street? Their lattes are amazing.
Oh, no, I haven't. But now I'm curious. Maybe we should go check it out together during our next break.
That sounds like a great idea. We can grab a cup of joe and take a quick walk around the block. It'll give us both a chance to clear our heads and start fresh.
I couldn't agree more. Sometimes a simple change of scenery can do wonders for productivity. And who knows, we might even come up with some new ideas along the way.
Exactly. It's good to get some fresh air and let our minds wander a bit. Plus, we can always brainstorm some new strategies together over coffee.
I like the way you think, B. Let's make it happen. But first, let's finish up today's tasks and then treat ourselves to some well-deserved caffeine.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get back to work and crush those goals.
Good morning. How can I assist you today?
Hi. I need some legal advice. I am starting a new business and I need help with the legal structure.
Sure, we can help with that. Have you decided on the type of business entity you want to create?
Not yet. I was hoping you could guide me through the options.
Absolutely. First, we have a sole proprietorship, which is the simplest form. Then, we have a partnership, a limited liability company, and a corporation.
I see. What do you suggest?
Well, that depends on the specifics of your business. We can discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each option before making a decision.
Sounds reasonable. By the way, have you heard any good lawyer jokes lately?
Huh. I have. What do you call a lawyer who doesn't know the law? A judge.
That's a good one. How about this? Why don't sharks attack lawyers? Professional courtesy.
Laughs, that's hilarious. I may have to use that one myself.
Glad I could brighten your day a bit. So, back to business, what are the fees for your services?
We charge hourly rates, but we can discuss a package deal based on your needs and budget.
Okay, that sounds fair. Thanks for your help, I feel much more informed now.
Of course, happy to help. Let's schedule a follow-up meeting to continue our discussion and take the next steps. Good morning, Mr. B. I hope you slept well last night?
Sarcastic tone, oh, absolutely. Bed and breakfast here are the best.
Laughs, come on, Mr. B. We just want to get to the bottom of this. Can you tell me why you were spotted near the bank last night?
I was just taking a stroll, officer. The night air is lovely, isn't it?
Smiling, that may be true, but it's past midnight. I'm afraid we need a better explanation.
All right, fine. I was tempted to rob the bank, but I realized I left my mask at home.
Laughs, nice try, Mr. B. But seriously, do you have any information that can help us solve the break-in at the bank?
Shrugs, sorry, officer. You know I'm just a small-time thief. I don't have any connections to the big boys.
All right, Mr. B. We will continue to investigate. In the meantime, can we get you some breakfast?
Smiling, that sounds good. I hope you have better coffee than my last sell.
Laughs, we'll try our best. You know, Mr. B, you have a talent for making people laugh. Have you considered a career in stand-up comedy?
Grinning, as a matter of fact, I have. But I always end up stealing the audience's hearts.
Laughs, I think you should stick to your day job. But keep that sense of humor, it might help you in the future.
Smiling, thanks, officer. I'll keep that in mind.
All right, Mr. B. Let's go get some breakfast. But remember, you're still a suspect.
Smiling, of course, officer. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hi there, Captain B. How's your ship doing?
Hey. It's doing all right, but I think it could use some maintenance.
I'm a repair engineer, I could take a look if you'd like.
That'd be great. What do you suggest to keep my ship in good condition for a longer time?
Regular cleaning and painting could help prevent rusting and corrosion. Also, checking the engines and other equipment for wear and tear periodically can help catch problems before they become bigger issues.
I see. Do you have any tips for preventing sea spray damage too?
You can try applying a water-resistant coating on the exterior of your ship. And don't forget to have your ship checked regularly for leaks.
That's really helpful. Thank you. Do you have any funny stories from your repair jobs?
Well, once I was fixing a ship and I accidentally knocked a wrench off the deck and into the ocean. I spent the rest of the day fishing for it with a magnet.
Haha, that's a good one. I'll make sure to tie everything down when you're fixing my ship.
Sounds like a plan. And if all else fails, remember to bring plenty of duct tape.
Duct tape really is a miracle worker, isn't it?
Absolutely. With a little bit of know-how and some trusty tools, we can keep your ship in shipshape for years to come.
Thanks again for the advice, eh? I'm glad we talked.
No problem, Captain B. It was a pleasure. Good afternoon, sir. I see you're interested in this stunning emerald.
Yes, I am. It's a beautiful gemstone. Can you tell me more about it?
Of course, sir. This emerald is a vivid green color and has excellent clarity. It's from Colombia, which is well known for producing some of the finest emeralds in the world.
That's impressive. What would be a fair starting bid?
Well, sir, we are accepting bids starting at $10,000.
I was hoping to stay around $8,000. What do you think?
I understand, sir. However, this emerald is quite rare and valuable. I assure you it's worth the starting bid.
All right, you've convinced me. I'll start with $10,000.
Excellent choice, sir. Do I hear any higher bids? $12,000 from the gentleman in the back.
I'll go up to $15,000.
Splendid, sir. Any further bids? Going once, going twice. Congratulations, sir. You are now the proud owner of this magnificent emerald.
Thank you, I'm thrilled to have it.
It was my pleasure assisting you with the purchase, sir. Enjoy your beautiful gemstone. Hey, B. Are you ready for the basketball game tonight?
Of course, I am. I have been practicing my shooting skills every day for the past week.
That's great to hear. I hope all that practice pays off tonight.
Yeah, me too. It would be embarrassing to lose to a bunch of amateurs.
Don't worry, we got this. I have been watching some basketball strategy videos online.
Nice, so you'll be our coach then?
Yeah, you can count on me. I'll make sure we have the right players on the court at the right time.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, did you bring your lucky basketball shoes?
You know it. I always wear them during important games.
Good. We can't afford any bad luck tonight. We have too much riding on this.
Yeah, like what?
Bragging rights, of course. We can't let our rivals in the other team claim they're better than us.
Huh. I almost forgot. Winning this game is more than just a competition. It's personal.
Exactly. And with you as our coach and your lucky shoes, we're unstoppable.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Let's head to the court and show everyone what we're made of.
You got it, coach. Let the games begin.
Good morning. What can I offer you today?
Hi there. I'll have a cappuccino, please. And do you have any recommendations for the pastry?
Of course. Our almond croissants are always a popular choice. But if you're feeling adventurous, try our raspberry tart. It's a little tangy and a little sweet.
I think I'll go for the almond croissant. Can't go wrong with a classic.
Good choice. And for you, sir? Absolutely. And may I ask, are you visiting Nice or are you a local?
How are you liking it so far?
I'm glad you're enjoying it. What brings you to Nice?
That sounds lovely. I hope you have a great time while you're here.
That's what we're here for. Providing a little bit of joy through pastries and coffee.
Speaking of joy, have you tried our new blueberry scone? It's so buttery and flaky, with just the right amount of sweetness.
Yes, it's been a hit with our regular customers. We like to mix things up and offer new treats every season.
We'd love to have you back. And don't forget to try some other local delights, like Saka or Pissaladier.
And if you need any recommendations, feel free to ask us or the locals. We're always happy to help.
It was our pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Hey there, B. How's it going with the software development?
Hey. It's going pretty well. But I have a question for you. Can you help me with the findings from the latest penetration testing?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. What's up?
Well, we found a few vulnerabilities, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about fixing them.
No problem. Let's take a look at the report and see what we're dealing with.
All right, sounds good.
Looks like one of the vulnerabilities is related to weak password policies. I suggest we implement stricter password requirements and require users to change their passwords regularly.
That makes sense. What about the other vulnerabilities?
Another one is related to unencrypted communication. We should ensure that all network traffic is encrypted to prevent eavesdropping.
Got it. And what about the third vulnerability?
This one involves outdated software that has known security flaws. We need to perform software updates regularly to stay secure.
Sounds like we have some work to do. But thanks for your help, A.
No problem at all, B. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to security. Hey B, have you heard about the ISO 27001 confidentiality standard?
Nope, never heard of it. What is it all about?
Basically, it's a standard for information security management.
Oh, really? That sounds pretty important.
Yeah, it is. It covers things like risk assessment, data security, and access control.
Wow, that sounds like a lot to cover. Is it difficult to implement?
It can be, but it's definitely worth it in terms of protecting important information.
That makes sense. Have you ever worked on implementing it?
Yes, I have. It can be a bit of a challenge, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad.
Do you have any tips for getting started?
Well, the first thing you need to do is identify all the assets that need to be protected.
Okay, got it. What's next?
Next, you need to assess the risks and figure out what security measures are needed to mitigate them.
That sounds like a lot of work. Is it worth it?
Definitely. It's much better to be proactive about security than to deal with the consequences of a breach.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for explaining it to me, hey.
No problem, B. Always happy to share my knowledge. Hello, driver. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great, thanks. By the way, do you have any good recommendations for places to eat in Wuhan?
Oh, sure. You'll love the spicy hot pot there. It's a must-try.
Sounds great. I love trying new foods. What's your favorite kind of food?
I love anything with seafood. The flavors are just so fresh and delicious.
That sounds tasty. Have you ever had any interesting passengers in your taxi?
Yes, I had a passenger who was a magician once. He gave me a mini show in the car.
Wow, that must have been quite the ride. Do you have any hobbies outside of driving?
Yes, I love playing table tennis with my friends.
That's great. I used to play when I was younger too. Do you have any favorite players?
Oh yeah, I love watching Ma Long and Ding Ning. They are both so talented.
Those are some great players. Well, we're almost there. Thanks for the great conversation and for driving safely.
No problem at all. Enjoy your stay in Wuhan and don't forget to try the hot pot.
Good morning, can I help you with anything?
Hi. Yeah, thanks. I'm a tourist and I was looking for some recommendations of places to visit in Darwin.
Sure, what kind of places are you interested in? Historical, cultural, or natural?
I'm definitely interested in the cultural aspect of Darwin. I want to learn more about the local Aboriginal people and their traditions.
Great. Then I suggest you visit the Museum and Art Gallery of the Northern Territory. There is a fantastic exhibit about Aboriginal art and culture there.
That sounds perfect. What else do you recommend?
You should also check out the Mindle Beach Sunset Market, which takes place every Thursday and Sunday. You can try some exotic food and see local artists performing.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. What else is there to do in Darwin?
You could also take a walk around the Botanic Gardens, which showcase the unique flora of the region. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can go on a crocodile tour.
A crocodile tour? That's definitely something different. Thank you so much for the recommendations.
You're welcome. Have fun exploring Darwin. Hi there, can I get a ride to the Art Museum on Main Street?
Of course, hop right in. You have excellent taste in destinations.
Thank you, I'm excited to check out the new exhibit. Have you been there before?
I have. I'm not really an art connoisseur, but something about those abstract pieces really speaks to me.
Oh, interesting. I'm more of a classic art kind of person myself, but to each their own.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, have you ever heard the joke about the painting that got stolen from the museum?
No, I can't say that I have.
It was a theft of a masterpiece.
That one's cheesy, but I appreciate the effort.
Hey, I'm here to provide a ride and some laughs, free of charge. Just doing my job.
Well, I'm grateful for the ride and entertainment. You're the best.
No problem at all, ma'am. We're almost there, by the way. Just around the corner.
Great, thank you so much. Here's your fare and a tip.
Thank you kindly. Enjoy your time at the museum and hope to see you soon.
You too. Thanks again. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Hey Dad, let's play some ball.
Sure, what position do you want to play?
I want to pitch.
All right, let me grab my mitt.
Pitching is harder than it looks. Have you ever done it before?
Of course I have. I used to pitch in high school.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wasn't half bad either.
Okay, let's see if you still got it then.
All right, here we go. Throws a pitch.
Swings and misses.
That was a nasty curveball, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was not ready for that one.
Throws another pitch.
Hits a line drive.
Hey, that's a good hit.
Thanks, Dad. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
You definitely are. We should do this more often.
I agree, this was fun. Hi there, B. I'm so excited to shoot with you today at the beach.
Same here, eh? It's such a beautiful location. I can't wait to see the shots.
Before we start, let's discuss your outfits. What do you have in mind?
I brought a few swimsuits and some flowy dresses. I'm open to suggestions too.
How about we start with the bright yellow bikini and a sheer cover-up?
Sounds good to me. Should I start posing now?
Yes, but let's make it playful. How about running towards the water with your arms open wide?
Got it. Should I do some jumping shots too?
Yes, that would be perfect. The more movement, the better.
Laughs, this is so much fun. I feel like a mermaid.
You're doing amazing, B. Let's switch to the flowy dress now. I think it'll look great with the sunset in the background.
I love this dress. Can I do some twirls?
Definitely. Let's also try some shots of you sitting on the rocks and staring out into the ocean.
Sits on the rock. This is so peaceful. I could stay here all day.
Smiling, me too, but sadly, we have to wrap up. Thanks for being such a great model, B. I can't wait to show you the final shots.
Thank you, A. I had a blast. It was such a fun shoot.
Hey there, thanks for agreeing to do this product shoot with me, B.
No problem, A. Always happy to work with you. So, what's the product we're shooting today?
It's a new line of sneakers. I was thinking we could showcase the different colors and styles on different parts of my body.
Ah, okay. So which parts were you thinking of showcasing?
Well, for starters, I was thinking the thigh could be a good place to show off the high-top style sneakers.
That's a good idea. We could do a close-up shot of your thigh with the sneaker on.
And for the calf area, we could showcase the low-cut sneakers. Maybe a side view?
Yup, that works. We could also do a shot of your ankle with the ankle-cut sneaker on.
What about the knee?
We could do a shot of you in a squatting position with the knee-high sneaker on. That might look cool.
I like it. And for the foot, we could do a shot of me midair with the sneakers on, like I'm jumping.
That's perfect. We'll need to get a shot of the sole of the sneakers as well, so we'll do a shot of your feet on the ground.
Great, so we've got the thigh, calf, ankle, knee, and foot covered. This is going to be a really fun shoot.
Absolutely. And with your modeling skills, I have no doubt the shots will turn out amazing.
Thanks, B. I'm excited to see how it all comes together.
Me too. Let's get started.
Hi, could you help me choose a meal for this flight?
Sure, what kind of meal are you in the mood for today?
I'm thinking something light and refreshing. Maybe a salad or a wrap.
Great idea. We have a chicken and avocado wrap with a side of mixed greens. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect. What about for a drink? Do you have any suggestions?
If you're looking for something non-alcoholic, we have a fresh squeezed orange juice that's really popular with our customers.
I'll take that, please. How about for dessert?
We have a delicious chocolate cake or a fruit platter. Which one catches your fancy?
I think I'll go for the fruit platter. Thank you for your suggestions.
You're welcome. Anything else I can help you with before we take off?
No, I think I'm all set for now. Thanks again for your help.
No problem at all. Enjoy your meal and have a great flight.
Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks for asking. I'm a little nervous about this financial report though, to be honest.
Don't worry, I'm here to help. Can you tell me what you need help with?
Well, I'm having trouble understanding some of the figures in the report. Can you explain them to me?
Sure thing. Which specific parts are giving you trouble?
Well, I'm not sure what accounts receivable means. And why is there a negative number next to our cash balance?
I see. Accounts receivable is basically the money owed to us by our customers. And the negative cash balance could be due to expenses that exceed our revenue.
I think I get it now. Thank you for explaining it in simple terms.
No problem at all. Do you have any other questions or concerns?
Actually, now that you mention it, what are some ways we can increase our revenue?
There are a few options, such as introducing new products or services, expanding our target market, or increasing our advertising efforts.
Those all sound like great ideas. Can we start implementing them soon?
Definitely. Let's set up a meeting later this week to discuss further steps. And in the meantime, I'll send you some resources on revenue boosting strategies.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for your help, eh?
My pleasure. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions or concerns. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm excited to be visiting Taipei for the first time. Have you been there before?
Oh yes, many times. It's a great city with lots to see and do.
That's good to hear. What's your favorite part of Taipei?
I love the night markets. The food is amazing and there's always something interesting to see.
That sounds fun. Do you have any recommendations for which night market to visit?
Shilin Night Market is a popular one, but I personally like Rao Night Market.
Thanks for the suggestion. How long have you been a taxi driver?
About 10 years now. It's a good job for meeting interesting people.
I bet. Have you had any memorable passengers?
Yes, I once had a passenger who was carrying a live chicken in a backpack. That was definitely a unique experience.
Oh wow, that's funny. Have you ever had to deal with difficult passengers?
Yes, unfortunately, some people can be very rude and demanding. But I try to stay calm and professional.
That's a good attitude to have. Do you have any hobbies outside of driving?
Yes, I enjoy playing chess and going hiking in the mountains.
That's cool. I've always wanted to try hiking in Taiwan. Do you have a favorite trail?
The Zhongxiao Ridge Trail is a great one with beautiful views.
Thanks for the suggestion. Maybe I'll try that on my next visit. Well, we're almost at our destination. Thanks for the great conversation.
You're welcome. Enjoy your time in Taipei.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see everyone here on time.
Good morning, boss. We're always punctual.
Yes, indeed. Now, let's get started with the meeting. So, how was everyone's weekend?
My weekend was great. I went for a hike with my friends and had a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I've been meaning to get more exercise myself. Speaking of which, have you heard of this new fitness app called FitBuddy? I just downloaded it and it's been really helpful.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'll give it a shot. Thanks for the tip, boss.
No problem, B. Now, let's move on to the main topic of today's meeting.
Sure thing, boss. What are we discussing?
We're going to review last month's sales figures and discuss strategies to increase revenue for the upcoming quarter.
That sounds like a plan. I have a few ideas that I'd like to share.
Great, I'm looking forward to hearing them. And just a reminder, our company's annual summer barbecue is coming up soon. Don't forget to mark your calendars.
Can't wait for it, boss. Last year's barbecue was amazing.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And let's make sure we have plenty of vegetarian options this time around for our non-meat eating colleagues.
Definitely, boss. I'll make a note of that.
All right, everyone, let's get down to business. Thanks for coming prepared and let's have a productive meeting. Hi there. Sorry to bother you, but could you explain how to use the tray table and seatbelt?
Of course. The tray table is easy. Just pull the latch located underneath it and gently lift it up.
Ah, I see. And what's the proper way to use the seatbelt?
Great question. First, ensure that the seatbelt is fastened tight across your lap. It should fit snugly.
Got it, thank you. And when can I remove the seatbelt?
For safety, we recommend keeping it fastened throughout the flight, unless you need to use the restroom or move around the cabin.
That makes sense. So, what can I use the tray table for?
You can use it for eating, working on your laptop, or just placing your things on it during the flight.
Okay, that sounds useful. Is there anything else I should know?
Yes, please remember to put your tray table up and fasten your seatbelt during takeoff and landing. Safety always comes first.
Absolutely. I feel much more prepared now. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Enjoy your flight and don't hesitate to let me know if you need anything else.
Hey, have you heard of ISO 27001 before?
Yeah, I think it's a standard for information security management systems, right?
That's correct. Do you happen to know anything about the asset management process in ISO 27001?
Not really. Can you enlighten me?
Absolutely. So, basically the asset management process is all about identifying and classifying information assets and then determining their value and importance to the company.
Interesting. What comes next?
After that, we need to establish policies and procedures for the handling of these assets and make sure that the appropriate security controls are in place to protect them.
Got it. And are there any specific steps involved?
Yes, there are several steps. First, we need to identify the assets, then assign ownership and responsibilities, followed by implementing controls, monitoring and reporting, and finally, reviewing and improving the process.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work.
It definitely can be, but it's crucial for protecting our company's information and assets.
I agree. Do you think we're on the right track with our asset management process?
I'd like to think so, but we can always improve and make sure we're staying up to date with the latest standards and best practices.
True. Well, thanks for the rundown on ISO 27001 asset management. Definitely learned something new today.
No problem, always happy to share my knowledge. Good afternoon, Chef B. Thank you for having me at your Michelin-starred restaurant in Geneva. Can you tell me a little about your experience in the Swiss culinary scene?
Thank you for coming. I have been cooking for over 20 years and have worked in many fine dining restaurants in Switzerland. The Swiss culinary tradition is one that values quality ingredients and meticulous preparation.
That sounds wonderful. What would you say is the most popular dish in Swiss cuisine?
Definitely fondue. It's a staple of Swiss cuisine, made with melted cheese and served with bread for dipping.
I've heard of fondue before, and I'm sure it's delicious. Can you tell me about any unique dishes that your restaurant offers?
Our restaurant offers a modern interpretation of traditional Swiss dishes, such as raclette served with black truffles and caviar, and venison with roesti.
That sounds incredible. Can you tell me about any cooking techniques that are specific to Swiss cuisine?
Swiss cuisine relies heavily on slow cooking and braising techniques, as well as using local and seasonal ingredients.
That's great to hear. Are there any Swiss ingredients that you particularly enjoy working with?
I love using Swiss chocolate in my desserts, and I always take advantage of the abundance of fresh herbs available during the summer months.
Yum, that sounds delicious. Lastly, do you have any advice for home cooks looking to explore Swiss cuisine?
Use high-quality ingredients and pay attention to the details in your preparation. Don't be afraid to experiment with new flavors and techniques, and always keep an open mind.
Thank you so much for your time and insights, Chef B. I'm sure our readers will appreciate learning more about Swiss cuisine and your unique approach to it. Good morning, B. How's your day going so far?
Hey there, hey. It's going well, thanks for asking. How about you?
Pretty good, thanks. So, we've been tasked with using machine learning to predict patients' health conditions. Any ideas on where to start?
I was thinking we could gather data on patients' medical histories, lifestyle habits, and genetic information. Then feed it into a machine learning algorithm to see if we can predict any potential health issues.
Sounds like a solid plan. However, we should also consider the ethical concerns around collecting and using sensitive health data.
Oh, totally agree. We'll need to make sure we're following all regulations and guidelines on data privacy.
Definitely. But on a lighter note, have you seen any interesting shows or movies lately that use artificial intelligence or machine learning?
Actually, I just watched a documentary about AlphaGo, the AI program that beat a world champion at the game of Go. It was fascinating to see how machine learning has progressed.
That sounds really interesting. I remember hearing about that a few years ago. It's amazing to see how machine learning can be applied in so many different fields.
Definitely. And if we can use it to improve patients' health outcomes, that would be an incredible achievement.
Agreed. I'm excited to see what we can come up with. Let's get to work. Hi there, it's a beautiful day at the beach, isn't it?
Yes, it's lovely. Can I help you with anything today?
Actually, I was wondering if you could tell me more about the marine life around here. I'm interested in conservation efforts.
Sure thing. We have a lot of local organizations focused on keeping the oceans clean and protecting the wildlife. Did you know that sea turtle populations have been on the rise thanks to conservation efforts?
That's amazing. What other animals live in the waters around here?
Well, we have dolphins, whales, and various types of fish. It's really important that we keep their habitats free of pollution.
Have you seen any interesting marine animals recently?
Just last week, I saw a school of flying fish. They were beautiful. Have you done any snorkeling or scuba diving while you're here?
Not yet, but I'm planning on it. Are there any particular spots you recommend for good views of marine life?
Definitely. There's a reef a few miles out that's a popular spot for diving. You'll be able to see all sorts of colorful fish, coral, and maybe even some turtles.
Sounds incredible. I'll definitely have to check it out. Thanks for the tips.
No problem. Remember to be mindful of your impact on the environment while you're out there. We want to keep these beautiful creatures around for generations to come.
Hi there, can you help me with the metro routes in Paris?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. What stations are you looking to travel between?
I'll be staying near the Opera station and I want to visit the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre Museum.
Great. For the Eiffel Tower, take line 8 from Opera to École Militaire. From there, it's just a short walk to the tower.
Okay, and how about the Louvre?
For the Louvre, you can take line 7 from Opera to Palais Royal Musée du Louvre. From there, just follow the signs to the museum entrance.
That sounds easy enough. Are there any other must-see places I should visit using the metro?
Absolutely. You could check out the Notre Dame Cathedral on line 4 or go to the Montmartre neighborhood using line 12.
Thanks for the suggestions. How long does it take to get from Opera to the Eiffel Tower?
It usually takes around 20 minutes on the metro. But be prepared for crowds during peak times.
Good to know. One last thing, can I buy a multi-day pass for the metro?
Yes, you can purchase a Paris Visite Pass for 1, 2, 3, or 5 consecutive days. It includes unlimited travel on the metro, buses, and trains.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Enjoy your time in Paris, and don't hesitate to ask if you have any more questions.
Hey, B. How's it going?
Not bad, thanks. Just working on the design for our new smart home system. How about you?
Same here. I've been thinking about how to improve the user interface for the system.
That's great. I've been focusing on integrating more IoT devices into the system. What kind of devices do you think we should include?
How about smart curtains that can open and close automatically based on the time of day or the weather outside? And maybe a smart fridge that can keep track of food expiration dates and send alerts when it's time to restock?
I love those ideas. We could also add a smart lock that allows users to remotely open and close doors, and maybe even a smart plant pot that can monitor soil moisture levels and watering needs.
That's a fantastic idea. We should also think about adding voice recognition technology or even facial recognition for added security.
Yes, we'll definitely need to prioritize security in the design. What do you think about integrating smart speakers, like Amazon Echo or Google Home, into the system?
Definitely. It would be great to have hands-free control over everything.
Agreed. And speaking of hands-free, how about integrating motion sensors that can turn on lights when someone enters a room?
Brilliant. We also need to consider making the system easy to use for everyone, even those who aren't tech-savvy.
Good point. We can simplify the interface and even include a tutorial for users who need help getting started.
Great idea. This is coming together nicely. I can't wait to see the final product.
Me neither. It'll be exciting to see how our smart home system will make people's lives easier and more convenient.
Hey B, how's it going?
All good, hey. What brings you here today?
I was wondering if we could have a chat about optimizing our cloud services performance.
Sure, that's what we all strive for. What aspect in particular are you concerned about?
Well, our data scientists have noticed that sometimes the cloud service can slow down when there's heavy traffic.
Ah, I see. That's definitely something we can work on. Have you noticed any particular trends or patterns in the slowdowns?
Yes, we have. It seems to be happening mostly during peak hours when our customers are most active.
Interesting. Perhaps we could explore some options like load balancing, real-time logging, and optimizing our storage for faster access.
Those sound great. I'm also thinking about our security measures. How can we make sure our customers' data is protected while ensuring maximum performance?
Great point. We could consider implementing encryption, access controls, and regular audits to ensure our service is always secure and compliant.
Awesome. It's great to know we're all on the same page when it comes to improving our cloud service.
Definitely. We're always looking for ways to be more efficient and effective.
I'm glad we share that sentiment. Thanks for discussing this with me, B.
No problem, A. Let's put our heads together and find the best solutions.
Hi there, I'm A, the network engineer. Nice to meet you.
Hi A, I'm B and I'm the information security specialist. Pleased to meet you too.
So, we're here to discuss how we can protect customer data in this financial institution. Do you have any ideas?
Well, there are a number of measures we can take such as encrypting data, restricting access, and regularly updating security software among others.
Sounds like a plan. But what about the human element? Human error is the biggest cause of data breaches, right?
Absolutely right. We need to educate employees on best security practices and make it a part of their daily routine.
And make it fun, too. How about hosting security quizzes and giving out prizes?
Great idea. Engaging with employees in a lighthearted way can help get the message across.
I also read that using strong passwords is important. Do you have any interesting ways of creating strong passwords?
Well, how about creating a sentence and using the first letter of each word as the password?
That's a clever idea. I can think of a few funny sentences already.
The key is to have a password that's easy to remember but hard to guess.
You're right, B. We shouldn't make it too complicated for people to do the right thing.
Exactly. And finally, we should also have a contingency plan in place for when things go wrong.
Agreed. So, we've got the plan: educate employees, create strong passwords, and have a backup plan. It's been great working with you today, B.
Likewise, A. Let's make sure we stay vigilant and keep our customer data safe.
Hi there, I'm A, the database administrator. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm B, a systems engineer. Pleasure to meet you too.
So, we're here to discuss how we can optimize big data processing in our medical research facility.
Yes, we do have a ton of data. I'm thinking of using a distributed computing system to handle the load.
Sounds like a good idea. But don't we need a really powerful server for that?
Not necessarily. We can use several smaller servers that work together to handle the load.
I see. Well, we should also ensure that our database is optimized for quick data access.
Definitely. And we should use compression techniques to minimize storage space requirements.
Of course. And maybe we can use machine learning algorithms to analyze the data and identify patterns.
Great idea. We can also use real-time data processing to make our research more efficient.
Yes, that would be a game changer. And let's not forget about security measures to protect our data.
Absolutely. We need to ensure that our data is encrypted and that access is limited to authorized personnel only.
Well, it looks like we have a solid plan in place. I'm excited to see how this improves our research process.
Me too. Let's get to work and make it happen.
Hey B, it's great to see you again. What do you have for us tonight?
Hey A, glad to be back. I've got a new cocktail for you guys to try out.
Awesome. What's in it?
It's called the Soul Slinger. It's made with soju, ginger beer, and a splash of cranberry juice.
Sounds interesting. Let's give it a taste.
Here you go. Let me know what you think.
Wow, this is delicious. I love the hint of ginger and the tartness from the cranberry.
I'm glad you like it. It's been a popular choice among our customers.
I can see why. This is definitely going on the menu.
That's great. I'm honored to have my cocktail featured.
So, how's everything going at the bar?
It's been pretty busy lately, especially on the weekends. But I love the energy and the vibe of the place.
Yeah, it's a cool atmosphere here. It's hip and trendy, but not too pretentious.
Exactly. We want our customers to feel comfortable and relaxed while enjoying their favorite drinks.
And speaking of favorite drinks, what's your favorite cocktail to make?
I love making classic cocktails like old fashions and martinis. There's something satisfying about creating a perfectly balanced drink.
I couldn't agree more. A well-made cocktail is like a work of art.
It really is. And it's always rewarding to see someone take that first sip and really enjoy it.
Well, I'm definitely enjoying this Soul Slinger.
I'm glad to hear it. And if you're interested, I can show you how to make it yourself.
That would be awesome. I'd love to learn some new techniques.
Perfect. Let's set aside some time and have a little cocktail making lesson.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the suggestion, B. Hi there, I couldn't help but overhear your discussion on politics. May I join in?
Of course, the more the merrier. What's your take on the current political climate?
Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming. There's so much information out there, and it feels like every day there's a new scandal or controversy.
I completely understand. It's easy to get caught up in the drama. But it's important to remember that there are still important policy discussions happening beneath the surface.
That's a good point. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the headlines that we forget about the work that needs to be done.
Exactly. And as overwhelming as things may seem, it's important to stay informed and engaged in the political process. Whether that means making phone calls to your representatives or volunteering with local campaigns.
Definitely. I think it's easy to feel like the system is broken and there's nothing we can do, but every little action counts.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, a better future for ourselves and our communities. So let's keep working towards that, no matter which side of the aisle we may sit on.
I couldn't agree more. It's important to remember that we're all in this together.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back on this moment as a turning point towards a more united and successful country.
That would certainly be something to strive for. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with me. It's been a great conversation.
Likewise, it's always refreshing to have a civil discussion about politics. Take care and have a great day.
Good morning, B. How are you today?
Good morning, A. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm excited to be here for the religious ceremony.
That's wonderful to hear. We're happy to have you here. Do you have any questions about the ceremony?
No, I've attended similar ceremonies in the past. I'm familiar with the order of the service.
Great. It's always nice to see familiar faces in the congregation.
Yes, it's a lovely community here. Speaking of community, how has the church been reaching out to the wider community lately?
We've been hosting various events and volunteer opportunities. We recently donated food to a local homeless shelter.
That's fantastic. It's important for religious institutions to take an active role in helping those in need.
Absolutely. As a church, we try to live our faith by serving others.
I couldn't agree more. It's the small acts of kindness that can make a big impact.
You're so right. And it's also important to remember to have some fun and joy in our lives.
I agree completely. I think our church's annual summer picnic is always a great time for people to come together and enjoy one another's company.
Yes, the summer picnic is always a highlight for us all. It's a great opportunity for fellowship and good food.
I'm looking forward to it already. Thank you, A, for all that you and the church do to keep us connected and engaged.
It's our pleasure. We're all in this faith journey together. Let's continue to support and uplift one another.
Amen to that. Thank you again, A.
You're welcome, B. Have a blessed day. Hey there, how's it going updating the scoreboard for the baseball game?
It's going well, but it's been a bit hectic keeping up with all the updates. How about you?
Same here, but it's always exciting to see how the game progresses. Did you catch the previous inning?
Yeah, that was wild. There were 3 balls, 2 strikes, and then a home run. It had everyone on the edge of their seats.
I know, right? And that guest who caught the ball was probably ecstatic. Speaking of guests, have you noticed any famous faces?
Not yet, but I've been keeping an eye out. Maybe we'll spot a celebrity during the 7th inning stretch.
That would be cool. But we better not get too distracted. We still have to keep track of the balls, strikes, and outs.
Oh, definitely. We don't want to mess up the scoreboard for the players or the spectators.
Agreed. And don't forget to update the inning count. It's the top of the 8th now.
Right, got it. And we are already at 2 outs, so let's hope the home team can keep up the good work.
Yes, let's go team. It's always exciting when they're this close to winning.
Definitely. And with the teamwork they've been showing today, I think it's highly possible.
Agreed. Oh, and speaking of the team, did you hear that the pitching coach is retiring after this season?
No way. That's a huge loss for the team. He's been with them for over 20 years.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I hear he wants to spend more time with his grandkids.
Well, that's understandable. Family always comes first.
Exactly. And as much as we love the game, it's always important to remember what's important in life.
For sure. And with that, let's get back to updating the scoreboard. It looks like the home team is up to bat again.
Sounds like a plan. Go team. Hi there, welcome to the studio. Are you ready to get some amazing photos today?
Yes, definitely. I'm excited but a little nervous too.
No need to be nervous, we'll have a lot of fun. Have you thought about what kind of photos you want?
Mostly headshots for my LinkedIn profile and maybe some full-body shots in casual clothes.
Great, we can definitely do that. Do you have any poses in mind?
Not really. I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
No worries, we'll guide you through it. Just relax and be yourself.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you have any favorite music you'd like to listen to during the shoot?
Oh, anything upbeat would be great. How about some 80s pop?
I love it. We'll crank up the tunes and get started. You're doing great. You have a really nice smile.
Thank you, but my cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
Haha, it's all part of the job. Let's take a quick break and you can relax your face. Okay, let's take a few more shots and then we'll wrap up. That's a wrap. You did amazing and we got some really great shots.
Thank you so much, I had a lot of fun. Can't wait to see the final pictures.
Me too, I know they'll turn out fantastic. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the airport. May I check your boarding pass and ID, please?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you. And may I remind you to go through the security checkpoint before heading to the gate?
Of course, I'll do that.
Great. Are you carrying any liquids, gels, or aerosols in your hand luggage?
No, I'm not.
All right. May I ask you to show me your electronics for a quick check?
Sure, here's my laptop and phone.
Thank you. Is it okay for me to switch them on to confirm they are functional?
Go ahead.
Perfect. And may I ask you to remove your shoes before going through the X-ray scanner?
Sure thing.
Fantastic. And one last question, have you packed any items that can be considered dangerous or restricted?
No, I haven't packed anything like that.
Great. Thank you for your cooperation, sir. Have a nice flight.
Thank you, you too.
Hey there. Did you have a good morning so far?
Yes, I did. I'm excited to learn how to surf.
Awesome. So, have you ever surfed before?
Nope, this is my first time, but I've always wanted to try.
That's great. Don't worry, we'll start with the basics.
Okay, what's the first thing I need to know?
Well, let's start with how to paddle. Lie flat on the board and paddle with your arms.
Okay, got it. Starts paddling.
Good job. Now, let's practice standing up on the board.
Okay, this looks hard.
Don't worry, once you get the hang of it, it's easy.
Tries to stand up but falls.
Keep trying, you'll get it.
Tries again and successfully stands up.
Woohoo. Good job. You're a natural.
Thanks, it was a bit shaky but I got it.
Your enthusiasm is contagious. Let's ride some waves now.
Let's do it.
Rides wave with B. Wow, you're a fast learner.
Thanks for all your help. I had so much fun.
Anytime. Remember, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I'll definitely be back to try this again.
I'll be looking forward to it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, have you heard about the ISO 27001 security awareness training?
Yeah, I heard it's all about keeping our information secure.
Exactly. It's important to know how to prevent data breaches and protect sensitive information.
I hear you, but I hope it's not another boring lecture.
Don't worry, it's not. They use interactive games and quizzes to make it fun and engaging.
Oh, that sounds like something I would enjoy. But are the materials easy to understand?
Definitely. They explain everything in simple terms, so even I could understand it. And you have the option of taking the training online or in person.
Nice. I prefer in-person training so I can ask questions and interact with others.
Me too. Plus, you get to bond with your colleagues and make new friends.
Yes. And it's always a plus to have friends who know how to keep their data secure.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to learning new things in the training and impressing my boss with my knowledge.
Haha, good luck with that. But seriously, it's always good to improve our skills and knowledge in security, especially in this digital age.
Agreed. Okay, let's sign up for the training and become security experts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi there. I'm really excited to be applying for the marketing role at your software startup.
Hi, it's great to speak with you. Let's jump right in. Can you tell me a bit about your educational background?
Sure. I have a bachelor's degree in communication studies and a minor in marketing.
Fantastic, that sounds like a great foundation for this role. How about your work experience?
I have 2 years of experience working in marketing for a tech company, where I managed campaigns, created content, and handled social media.
That sounds like really relevant experience. Can you give me an example of a successful campaign you worked on?
Sure, I ran a social media campaign that led to a 25% increase in our engagement rates and a 15% increase in website traffic.
Wow, impressive. How about your skills? Are there any specific marketing skills you excel at?
Yes, I have a knack for writing engaging copy and creating visual content such as graphics and videos.
Great to hear. And finally, do you have any experience working in a startup environment?
Actually, I worked for a startup during my internship and enjoyed the fast-paced and innovative atmosphere.
That's wonderful to hear. From what you've shared, it definitely sounds like you have a strong foundation of education, skills, and experience for this role.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited about the opportunity to contribute to the success of your company.
Of course, and we're excited to see what you can bring to the table. We'll be in touch soon regarding next steps for the interview process.
Sounds great. Thanks again for your time and consideration.
No problem at all. Have a great day.
So, we are here to discuss how to protect personal information of students and staff members in our educational institution.
Exactly. As an information security expert, I can tell you that this is a critical matter.
I agree. As a network engineer, I also understand the importance of securing personal information.
Good to hear that. Do you know the best practices to keep confidential information secure?
Well, the first step is to limit access only to those who need it. That means creating different access levels for different users.
That's right. Plus, we need to make sure that all data is encrypted so it cannot be read by unauthorized individuals.
Another essential step is to train staff members and students on proper data handling and security.
Yes, education and awareness are key to maintaining a safe online environment.
Absolutely. And we should also establish proper protocol in case of a data breach, so we can take quick action to minimize the damage.
Sounds like you know a lot about network security.
I try my best. But I still have much to learn. Maybe you can teach me some tricks.
Of course, I'd be happy to share my knowledge. You know what they say, teamwork makes the dream work.
Haha, I couldn't agree more. Together, we can protect our people's privacy and information. Hi there. As a cybersecurity engineer, I know how important it is to have a reliable and secure network.
Yes, absolutely. As a sysadmin, I understand the importance of having a robust network infrastructure in place.
Let's discuss how we can build a solid network architecture for the company. We need to consider all possible vulnerabilities and risks.
Yes, it's important to identify potential threats and come up with a plan to mitigate them. We also need to ensure the network is scalable and can handle future growth.
Right. We should also focus on access control and authentication measures to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive data.
Definitely. We can implement two-factor authentication for added security. Also, we should regularly update our systems and software to ensure they are patched against any known vulnerabilities.
Agreed. In addition, we should monitor network traffic and detect any unusual activity.
Yes, we can use intrusion detection and prevention systems to alert us of any potential threats. We should also conduct regular security audits to identify and address any weaknesses in our network.
Absolutely. It's important to have a culture of security within the organization, so we should provide regular training and education to our employees on safe computing practices.
Yes, security should be a priority for all employees. We should also have a plan in place for disaster recovery and business continuity in case of any unexpected events.
Good point. It's important to have backups and redundancies in place to ensure the business can continue operating even in the face of a cyber attack or other disruption.
Exactly. With these measures in place, we'll be able to build a secure and reliable network infrastructure for the company.
Great. It's been a pleasure discussing this with you.
Likewise. Always happy to collaborate with fellow IT professionals on building a better network.
Hey, how's work treating you lately?
Ugh, the usual, drowning in deadlines and meetings. How about you?
Same here. It's like we're constantly battling against the clock.
Tell me about it. I feel like I need an oxygen tank just to get through the day.
Haha, yeah, and a stiff drink at the end of it wouldn't hurt.
You read my mind. But seriously, all this stress can't be good for us.
I know, right? We need to find some healthy ways to relax and decompress.
Like what? Yoga? Meditation? A bike ride through the countryside?
Hey, those are all great ideas. I've been meaning to try out that new yoga studio down the street from my apartment.
You should. I've heard yoga can do wonders for your mental health.
Maybe you should join me. We can be stress-free buddies and grab a smoothie afterwards.
That sounds like a plan. Smoothies and good vibes, here we come.
Hey, speaking of which, have you heard of that new smoothie place opening up near our office next week?
No way, I haven't heard a thing about it. But you know me, I'm always down for a good smoothie.
Well then it's settled. Let's plan on hitting up that new place during our lunch break on opening day.
Absolutely. I can already feel the stress melting away just thinking about it.
Hey B, what's up? I heard you're the go-to person for web design. I'm looking for someone to work with me on a new project.
Hey, I'm doing great, thanks. And sure, I'd love to work with you. What kind of project do you have in mind?
We're creating a modern enterprise website. We need something that looks fresh and is easy to use.
I understand. Are you going for a minimalist approach or something with a lot of visual interest?
I'm thinking something with a lot of visual interest. I want our site to stand out from the competition.
Sounds good. We'll need to make sure it's optimized for mobile devices too. Have you thought about color schemes yet?
Not yet, but I was thinking about using some bold colors to catch the eye.
That could work, but we also want to make sure it's not overwhelming to the user. How about using some muted colors as well to balance it out?
That's a great idea. What about fonts? Do you have any thoughts on that?
We definitely want to use easy-to-read fonts, especially for the body copy. But for headings and important sections, we can be a bit more creative.
I agree. How about incorporating some animation into the design?
Yes, animation is definitely trending in web design. We can add some subtle animations to make the site feel more dynamic.
Awesome. What about navigation? I want to make sure it's easy for users to find what they're looking for.
Absolutely. We'll create a clear and concise navigation menu that's accessible from every page on the site.
I love it. What about images and videos? Do you have any suggestions for how we can incorporate those?
We can use high-quality images that help illustrate the purpose and message of the site. And we can also include background videos or motion graphics to add some depth to the design.
That sounds amazing. One last thing, do you have any tips for making the site search engine friendly?
Yes, we'll make sure the site is optimized for search engines. This means using proper HTML coding and meta descriptions and including relevant keywords throughout the site.
Thank you so much for all your help, B. I'm really excited to see the finished product.
No problem, A. I'm excited to get started on this project with you. I think we can create something truly special.
Hey B, have you heard about the ISO 27001 Security Management Plan?
No, what's that?
It's a standard that helps organizations manage their information security risks.
Oh, sounds interesting. Does it have any benefits?
Definitely. It can help increase customer confidence and reduce security incidents.
That's impressive. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure. It involves a systematic approach to managing sensitive company information through processes and controls.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is, but it's worth it for the peace of mind it brings.
I imagine it also involves training employees on best security practices?
Yes, that's a key part of it. And it also involves ongoing audits and risk assessments.
Wow, there's a lot more to it than I thought.
But it's all for good reason. The consequences of a security breach can be disastrous for a company.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Have you worked on implementing this standard before?
Yes, I have. It was a lot of work, but very rewarding in the end.
I can see why. It's great to know that companies take security seriously.
Definitely. It gives customers peace of mind and shows that the company values their privacy.
I completely agree. It's important to invest time and resources into protecting data.
And ISO 27001 provides a framework to do just that.
Thanks for sharing your knowledge with me, A.
Anytime, B. It's always great to discuss important topics like this. Hey there. How's your day going?
It's going great, thanks for asking. I'm excited to work on this new feature we're developing today.
Yes, me too. Have you checked out the codebase on GitHub yet?
Yes, I have. I found some good suggestions on how we can clean up some of the messy code.
That's great to hear. Make sure to create a new branch before you make any changes.
Definitely. I wouldn't want to mess up the main branch. By the way, have you seen any good memes lately?
Haha, I actually saw a funny one about coding yesterday. Want me to send it to you?
Yes, please do. You know I love a good coding meme.
Sends meme, I hope you find it as hilarious as I did.
Laughs, that's hilarious. I'm going to send it to some of my developer friends.
No problem, spread the laughter. So, which programming languages are you most comfortable with?
I love working with Python and Java. What about you?
Same here. I feel like those two languages can handle almost anything we throw at them.
Absolutely. That's why they're such popular choices in the tech world.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, let's get to work and make some magic happen. Hi, I'm A. I'm a data scientist.
Nice to meet you, A. I'm B. I specialize in artificial intelligence.
Great. We're here to discuss how we can use AI to discover new drugs.
That's right. AI models can analyze vast amounts of data that humans cannot.
Absolutely. And with the right algorithms, we may be able to predict which compounds have the potential to become successful drugs.
Yes, and we won't have to waste time testing every single compound, only the ones that the AI models have flagged.
Exactly. And with the advancements in AI technologies, we can even design new molecules from scratch that may have therapeutic potential.
That's fascinating. We can use deep learning neural networks to generate new drug candidates.
Right, and we can also use natural language processing to scan through thousands of research papers and identify potential targets for new drugs.
Yes, AI can be a game changer in the pharmaceutical industry. But we must also ensure that the AI models are unbiased and transparent.
Agreed. We must also ensure that we have robust ethical considerations in place when designing new drugs with AI.
Yes, that's important. But imagine the possibilities if we can use AI to discover new drugs that could cure diseases that currently have no known treatments.
It's incredibly exciting. I can't wait to see where this field goes as we continue to push the boundaries of AI and drug discovery.
Me too, eh? It's been great chatting with you.
Good morning, can we start with a cup of coffee?
Sure thing, I have just a blend to pick your mood up.
So, how do you think our investment portfolio is doing?
We've made some great strides, but I do think we need to diversify.
Well, I was thinking of investing in a wine cellar. What are your thoughts?
That's interesting. Are you looking at it as an investment or a hobby?
Both actually. I'm a wine enthusiast, and I heard that it has great ROI.
Laughing, all right, let's consider it. Shall we start by pairing a good wine with our lunch?
Sounds great. By the way, this salmon looks appetizing. Have you tried it?
Yes, and it is delicious. By the way, have you made any travel plans lately?
Not yet, I was waiting for my returns to get better.
How about I recommend a few budget-friendly destinations? You'll be surprised how much fun you can have while keeping your costs low.
That's a great idea. It's not all about money, isn't it?
Absolutely, we work hard to enjoy the benefits of life.
Good afternoon, B. It's nice to see you again in your beautiful vineyard.
Good afternoon, A. It's great to see you too. Thanks for visiting us today.
Of course, I always love coming here. Your grapes are truly exceptional and perfect for my dishes.
Thank you. And your dishes are always a hit with our guests. It's the perfect partnership.
Speaking of which, I've come up with some new dishes that I think pair perfectly with your latest batch of champagne.
Oh, that sounds exciting. I can't wait to taste them.
I've got a seared duck breast with a raspberry champagne reduction and a champagne sorbet for dessert.
Those sound exquisite. I can only imagine how they'll taste with our champagne.
Have you thought about hosting a wine and food pairing event in the vineyard?
That's a great idea. We could showcase the wonderful synergy between our products and treat our guests to a unique experience.
I'd be more than happy to participate and help organize it. We could even invite some local press to spread the word.
That's an excellent plan. Our vineyard and your restaurant would be the talk of the town.
I couldn't agree more. Let's get started on planning and bring our passion for food and wine to the community.
Absolutely, I'm excited to see this partnership grow and flourish. Cheers to that.
Cheers. And here's to many more successful collaborations between us. Hi there. I'm a chef. What do you do?
Hello, I'm a food researcher. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What kind of research do you do?
I study food innovation and develop new ingredients and recipes.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What's the latest innovation you've been working on?
Recently, I've been experimenting with plant-based meat substitutes.
That's cool. I've tried some plant-based burgers and sausages. They're pretty good.
Yes, they've come a long way in terms of taste and texture. Have you tried cooking with them yet?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it out. I heard they're great for stir-fries and tacos.
Definitely. They're very versatile. Speaking of cooking, what are some techniques you use to enhance the flavor of your dishes?
I like to marinate meat overnight to infuse it with flavor. I also use herbs and spices to add depth to my dishes.
That's great. Another technique I've found helpful is to use umami-rich ingredients like mushrooms and miso paste.
That's a great tip. Umami is so important in cooking. Have you tried making any fusion cuisine that blends different culinary traditions?
Yes, I've experimented with Korean and Mexican fusion dishes. It's really fun to see how different ingredients can complement each other.
That sounds amazing. I'd love to try some of your fusion dishes sometime.
Definitely. What's your favorite dish to cook?
I love making homemade pasta from scratch. There's something very satisfying about kneading the dough and shaping the noodles by hand.
Homemade pasta is delicious. Do you have any tips for making it easier?
Make sure you use semolina flour and let the dough rest for at least 30 minutes before shaping. It makes the dough more elastic and easier to handle.
Thanks for the tip. I'll have to try it out sometime.
Hey B, do you have enough pills at home?
Pills? What kind of pills are you referring to?
I mean the ones we take when we get sick, like cold or flu pills.
Oh, got it. Let me check. Pause. Yup, I think I'm good for now. How about you?
I ran out of my allergy tablets. Do you happen to have any extras?
Sorry, I don't. But have you tried the natural remedies like honey or tea? They work wonders too.
That's a good point. I will try that out. How about capsules? Do you have any multivitamins or supplements at home?
Yes, I do. But I always forget to take them regularly. It's like a daily struggle for me.
I know the feeling. I have this habit of forgetting my vitamins as well. Maybe we can remind each other to take them daily?
That's a great idea. It's always helpful to have someone to hold you accountable.
Definitely. All right, let's make a deal. We'll remind each other daily to take our pills, tablets, and capsules.
Deal. Here's to healthy living and remembering our daily vitamins.
Hi Coach, thank you for meeting me at the park. I want to improve my running skills. Any tips?
Hi there, glad to help. Well, running is all about endurance and technique. Have you been following a proper training plan?
Not really, I've just been running when I have time.
Ah, that might be the issue. A consistent training schedule is important. Also, make sure to warm up properly before running.
Got it. How can I improve my endurance?
You can start by gradually increasing the distance you run each week. Also, try incorporating interval training into your runs.
Sounds like a plan. What about technique?
Good technique is important to avoid injury and maximize efficiency. Focus on your posture and aim to land on your midfoot rather than your heel.
Midfoot? I usually land on my heel.
Landing on your heel can cause strain on your knees and lower back. Try to adjust your stride and landing to make it to the middle of your foot.
Wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for the tip, Coach.
No problem, glad to help. Just remember, consistency is key. Keep practicing and you'll improve in no time.
Will do, Coach, thanks again. I'm excited to implement these tips into my training.
Great, looking forward to seeing your progress. Keep up the good work.
Hi there, I'm feeling a bit peckish. Can I see the menu, please?
Of course, sir. Here it is. What are you in the mood for today?
Something light but satisfying. Maybe a sandwich or a salad?
We have a delicious chicken Caesar salad that's very popular among our passengers. Would you like that?
That sounds perfect. Can I also get a cup of tea to go with it?
Sure thing. We have a selection of teas. Which one is your favorite?
I like English breakfast tea, please.
Great choice. Anything else I can get for you?
Actually, do you have any snacks? I might get hungry later on.
We do have some chips, chocolates, and nuts. Which would you prefer?
I'll go for some nuts, please.
All right, your order is one chicken Caesar salad with English breakfast tea and a packet of nuts.
Yum, I can't wait to dig in. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, sir. Bon appetit.
Hi B, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I just wanted to touch base with you about the progress of our project.
Sure, no problem. How is everything looking so far?
Well, we're still on track for the first quarter, but I'm a bit concerned about the second quarter. Do you have any ideas on how we can make up for lost time if we fall behind?
Actually, I was thinking we could try using Agile methodology for the second quarter. It could help us adapt to changes more quickly and increase efficiency.
That's a great suggestion. I've also been thinking about bringing in some more team members for support.
Yes, that could definitely help us keep up with the workload. Do you have anyone in mind?
I was thinking we could hire a few freelance developers to assist with the coding. It could also be a good opportunity for them to gain experience in the field.
I agree. It would also be helpful to have a clear breakdown of goals and timelines for each month. That way we can stay focused and prioritize our tasks.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to create a detailed schedule with clear objectives for each team member. How is the testing phase coming along?
It's going pretty well overall. We've noticed some bugs that need to be fixed, but they're minor issues that we can address easily.
That's good to hear. We still have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm confident that we can pull this off with a little creativity and teamwork.
I couldn't agree more. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Hey B, have you checked out the new ISO 27001 firewall guidelines?
No, not really. What's the big deal?
Oh, it's just a fancy way of saying how we can protect our computer systems and data from unwanted intruders.
Ah, got it. So what's the fun part of it?
Well, imagine we are in charge of guarding a castle, and these guidelines are like building a stronger wall to keep the enemies out.
I see what you mean. So with ISO 27001 firewall, we can make sure our data stays safe and sound, just like the treasure in the castle.
Exactly. And if we really want to have some fun, we can pretend the hackers are a bunch of dragons trying to steal our gold and jewels.
Ha, that's hilarious. But seriously, implementing these guidelines is not a laughing matter, right?
Of course not. But it doesn't have to be boring either. We can make it a team effort and compete against other departments to see who can set up the best firewall.
Challenge accepted. And the prize can be a fancy certificate with our names on it.
You got it. Let's show those dragons who's boss. Hi there, I'm really excited to be visiting this art museum in Kobe. I'm an artist myself, so I always find it fascinating to learn about the art scene in different cities.
That's great to hear. You'll definitely enjoy the exhibits here. This museum showcases artworks from both Japanese and international artists, exploring various mediums and themes.
That sounds amazing. Speaking of Japanese art, do you know anything about the history of art in Kobe or the surrounding area?
Yes, actually. Kobe has a rich and diverse art history. In the early 20th century, it was a center for Western-style oil painting in Japan. But over time, it also became known for other styles and movements, such as modern and contemporary art.
I see. It's interesting how the art scene can evolve over time. Do you have any favorite pieces or artists here at the museum?
Absolutely. One of my favorites is a piece by Yayoi Kusama, a Japanese artist who's known for her polka dot artworks. There's also a huge installation here by Anish Kapoor, a British sculptor.
Oh, I love Kusama's work. And Kapoor's installations are always so impressive. I can't wait to see them both.
You'll also want to check out the gallery on the third floor. It hosts changing exhibitions that showcase the latest in contemporary art.
Wow, this museum really has it all. Thanks for showing me around, B. I'm really looking forward to exploring everything in here.
My pleasure. I'm always happy to share my knowledge of art and culture with visitors. I'm sure you'll leave here with a newfound appreciation for the art scene in Kobe.
Hey B, how's your day going?
It's going pretty well, thanks for asking. I'm just working on fixing some issues with our code.
I see. What kind of issues are you running into?
Well, we ran a source code scan and found some vulnerabilities that need fixing.
That can be frustrating, but at least you caught it early. How are you planning to fix those vulnerabilities?
Mostly by patching the code where necessary and updating the versions of the libraries we're using.
That sounds like a good plan. Do you need any help with that?
Actually, yeah. I'm not really sure what the best approach is for some of these issues.
No problem. Let's take a look at the code together and see if we can figure it out.
That would be really helpful, thanks.
Sure thing. So what's the first issue you're seeing?
It looks like we've got some SQL injection vulnerabilities in our login form.
Okay. That's definitely something we need to fix. Let's take a closer look and see what needs to be updated.
All right, sounds good.
Here's what I think we should do.
That makes sense. Thanks for showing me that.
No problem. We'll just need to test things out and make sure everything's working as expected.
Definitely. It's always better to take the time to fix things correctly rather than rush it and create more problems later on.
Absolutely. Plus, it's good to learn from these experiences so we can improve our coding practices in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for your help, hey.
Anytime. Let me know if you run into any more issues, and we can work through it together.
Will do. Thanks again.
Hi there, how can I assist you today?
Yes, I am interested in a tour of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C.
Great choice. The Capitol building is an iconic symbol of U.S. democracy. How many people are in your group?
It's just me and my partner.
Perfect. There are a few different tour options we can offer, including guided tours, audio tours, or self-guided tours. Which one would you prefer?
We prefer a guided tour if possible.
Sure thing. Guided tours are available every day and last about an hour. We also recommend booking in advance as tours can sell out quickly.
That sounds good. What else is there to see in the area?
Well, there's the National Mall, which has a lot of impressive monuments and memorials. The Smithsonian museums are also a must-see.
That sounds like a lot to fit in. How long would you suggest we stay in DC?
I'd recommend at least 3 days to fully explore the area. But it really depends on your interests and how much time you have.
All right, thanks for your help. We'll definitely consider it.
No problem. Let me know if you have any other questions or if you'd like to book your tour. Enjoy your trip. Good morning. How's everything going today?
Good morning. I'm doing great, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I've been working on some new chocolate recipes, and they're turning out really well.
That's great to hear. I've been experimenting with some new flavors for our pastries too.
Awesome, we should definitely collaborate on some chocolate pastry combinations.
Yes, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Maybe we could create a mini chocolate eclair with a hazelnut filling?
I love that idea. And we could also try a dark chocolate truffle cake with raspberry filling.
Yum, that sounds amazing. Oh, speaking of chocolate, have you tried the new local chocolate supplier we've been using?
Yes, I have. Their chocolate is so smooth and has such a rich flavor.
Right? It's been a game changer for our products. Oh, and have you checked out that new cafe across the street that just opened up?
No, I haven't. What's it like?
It's really cozy and has a great selection of teas and coffees. Plus, their croissants are to die for.
Oh, I'll definitely take a look. Maybe we could collaborate with them too, and offer some of our chocolates and pastries at their cafe?
I think that's a fantastic idea. It'll be a great way to showcase our products and reach a wider audience.
Hi there. Did you have a good stay at the hotel?
Hi. Yes, it was great. But I have a bit of a problem.
Oh no, what's the issue?
I have a late flight tonight, and I was wondering if I could have a bit of a delayed checkout time.
Sure thing. How much time do you need?
Maybe an extra 2 or 3 hours? Is that okay?
That shouldn't be a problem. I'll just need to check the availability with housekeeping first.
Great, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all. And if you need any assistance with your luggage or anything else, just let us know.
That's very kind of you, thank you. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
So, what brings you to town?
Just a little getaway for the weekend. How about you?
Same here. It's always nice to have a change of scenery.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
So, have you had a chance to explore the area yet?
Yeah, I've been checking out some of the local restaurants and shops. It's been pretty fun so far.
That's great to hear. If you need any recommendations, just let me know. I know all the best spots in town.
Wow, that's impressive. I might just take you up on that offer.
Anytime. And don't hesitate to ask if you need anything else during your stay.
Thanks for being so helpful. This really is a great hotel.
Good morning, B. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, eh? Ready to start another day of creating delicious treats.
Me too. We have some new chocolates to make today. Have you tried our new recipe with hazelnut filling?
Yes, I have. It's amazing. I was thinking of pairing it with my new raspberry macarons.
That sounds like a perfect match. I'll start making the hazelnut filling while you work on the macarons.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, by the way, did you see the new display case we got yesterday? It's perfect for showing off our creations.
Yes, I did. It looks fantastic. I can't wait for our customers to see it.
Speaking of customers, have you noticed that couple who always comes in on Fridays? They're such big chocolate lovers.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I was thinking of making them some personalized chocolate boxes for Valentine's Day.
That's a brilliant idea. They'll love that. And I could create some heart-shaped cookies to go along with it.
Perfect. Let's plan to have them ready for next week. Oh, and don't forget about the special order we have for the wedding reception next month.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I already started sketching out some ideas for the cake.
Wow, you're on top of things. I'm glad we make such a great team.
Me too, eh? It's always so much fun creating sweet treats with you.
Agreed. All right, time to get back to work. Let's make some chocolate and pastry magic happen today. Hey B, have you ever played a car racing game where you could drive a convertible car?
Of course. I love playing racing games, and driving convertible cars is always fun. Why do you ask?
Well, I was thinking of designing a new racing game and I want to include convertible cars as playable options.
That sounds cool. How are you planning to design the interface?
I was thinking of using a steering wheel and pedal interface, but I'm not sure if that would be realistic enough.
Maybe you should consider incorporating a touchscreen interface that would allow players to control the convertible's roof as well as the other functions of the car.
That's a good idea. I could also incorporate a 360-degree camera feature that would give players a full view of the car's surroundings.
Yes, that would be a great addition. Maybe you could also allow players to customize the interior and exterior of the car with different color schemes and accessories.
Absolutely. And we could also include different weather conditions that would impact the performance of the convertible.
That's a great idea. It would make the game more challenging and exciting. And we should make sure to incorporate realistic engine sounds and visual effects to enhance the overall experience.
Definitely. Your input has been very helpful, B. I can't wait to start designing this game and seeing how it turns out.
Same here, eh? I'm excited to see how the convertible car interface will look and feel within the game.
Good evening, sir. May I introduce myself? I am a jewelry appraisal expert and will be overseeing the auction tonight. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, hello there. I'm interested in this sapphire listed in the catalog. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Absolutely. This is a stunning sapphire with a vivid blue color and excellent clarity. It's approximately 10 carats in weight and is a natural, untreated stone.
Sounds like a beauty. Do you have any idea what kind of price range we're looking at here?
Based on recent auction trends, I would predict it to sell for anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000.
That's quite a range. What would you say sets this sapphire apart from others in the market?
One unique feature is the cut. It's a cushion shape, which is harder to find in high-quality sapphires. Additionally, the color really stands out and is sure to catch the eye of any collector.
Interesting. Well, I think I might have to place a bid on this one. Wish me luck.
Of course, best of luck to you. And if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Are you on your way to somewhere specific or just enjoying the ride?
Oh, I'm heading to New York for a business meeting. How about you?
I'm just cruising around, trying to pick up as many fares as possible. You know how it is in this business.
Yeah, I bet. So, do you have any interesting stories from your time as a taxi driver?
Oh, definitely. One time, I had a passenger who left a briefcase in my cab. I opened it up to see if I could find their contact information, and inside there was a huge wad of cash.
Wow, that must have been quite a surprise. What did you do with the money?
Well, I knew it wasn't mine to keep, so I tracked down the passenger and gave it back to them. But I have to admit, it was tempting to keep it.
I don't blame you. So, what do you like most about driving a taxi?
I love the freedom of the open road and meeting interesting people like you. Plus, the extra cash is always a nice bonus.
Haha, I can imagine. All right, we're almost at my destination. Thanks for the pleasant conversation and safe ride.
You're welcome, and good luck with your meeting.
Hi B. Have you ever tried bratwurst before?
Bratwurst? Yes. I had it in Germany last summer. It was amazing.
Oh wow. What did it taste like?
It was juicy and had an intense flavor. I loved it.
Yes, I agree. I feel like a bite of bratwurst is equivalent to a bite of heaven.
Chuckles, absolutely. But you have to pair it with some beer to get the full experience.
Ah, the classic German combo.
Exactly. And don't forget the sauerkraut and mustard.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it.
Mine too. Do you know any good places around here to get authentic bratwurst?
Oh yes, there's a great German restaurant down the street. They make it fresh every day.
That sounds perfect. Let's go after work today.
Deal. I can already taste it.
Me too. I love how food brings people together.
Same here. And bratwurst is definitely one of those dishes that never disappoints. Good morning, Mr. Builder. How are you feeling today? Well, I've been doing some research on local architecture styles, and I think we should incorporate some traditional elements into our design. Maybe we could make the roof slope a bit and use natural materials like wood and stone for the facade. I think a big window can work, but we need to be careful with the design so that it blends in well with the surroundings. Maybe we can add some wooden shutters for when it's sunny or windy. I think we should keep it simple and functional. We could have a large living room with a fireplace as the focal point, and several smaller rooms for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, we need to make sure the kitchen is spacious and well equipped. We should definitely include a garden in the design, and plant some local flowers and trees. Maybe we can also add a small pond or fountain to add some charm. Me too. Let's work together and make this the best building in the area. Good morning, B. How was your weekend?
Good morning, A. It was great. I spent most of my time binge watching my favorite TV show.
Sounds like fun. What show were you watching?
I was watching Friends. It's an old show, but it still makes me laugh.
Oh, I love Friends too. Who's your favorite character?
I have to say Chandler. His sense of humor is just too good.
Yes, Chandler is hilarious. So, do you have any questions about last week's lesson?
Yes, I was a little confused about the grammar rules you explained. Could you go over it again?
Of course, I'd be happy to. Let me grab the whiteboard marker.
Thank you, A. You're such a helpful teacher.
No problem, B. Speaking of grammar, have you heard the joke about the past, present, and future walking into a bar?
No, I haven't. What's the punchline?
It was tense. Laughs?
Laughs, that's a good one, A. You always make class fun.
Thanks, B. As they say, a little bit of humor goes a long way. Speaking of which, our class is almost over. Don't forget about the quiz on Friday.
Thanks for reminding me, A. I'll make sure to study.
Great. Keep up the good work, B. See you next class.
Thanks, A. See you next time.
Hey B, glad we're finally discussing this. I've been dying to talk about how we can improve our network security.
Yeah, me too. It's a constant concern, and we need to make sure our network can withstand any malicious attacks.
Absolutely. So, first things first, we should assess our current network infrastructure and identify any vulnerabilities.
Good point. We'll need to monitor and manage user permissions, implement firewalls, and regularly update our antivirus software.
That's right. And we could also consider implementing a virtual private network for our remote employees to access our network safely.
Good idea. That would also protect our sensitive information. And have you thought about setting up a security information and event management system to monitor and detect any suspicious activity?
Definitely, and CM system would help improve our visibility into network activity and allow us to proactively prevent any attacks.
And we should also train our employees on basic security practices, like using strong passwords and not clicking on suspicious links.
Yes, security awareness training is key. We could also conduct regular penetration testing to identify any potential weaknesses in our network.
Agreed. And we shouldn't forget about physical security measures like controlled access to our server rooms and restricting who can access our network hardware.
Absolutely, we can never be too cautious. We could also consider implementing network segmentation to further improve our security.
Great idea. That would limit the impact of any potential attacks. And we should regularly back up our data to prevent data loss in case of an attack.
100%. And we should make sure our incident response plan is up to date and that our IT team is prepared to handle any security breaches.
It's always better to be safe than sorry. And we should regularly review our security policies to ensure they are up to date with industry standards.
That's right, we need to stay on top of the latest security trends and ensure our policies are effective. This has been a great discussion, B.
Yes, I agree. I think we have a great plan in place to establish a security-focused network architecture.
Wow, these markets in Barcelona are amazing. So many different types of food to try.
I totally agree. The colors, smells, and sounds are just fantastic. Where should we start?
How about some churros and chocolate for breakfast?
Great idea. And we can capture some great photos of the traditional Spanish breakfast.
That's the spirit. And then we could move on to some tapas and wine for lunch.
Absolutely. The variety of tapas here is incredible. I can already imagine some perfect shots.
And we can't miss trying some paella for dinner, right?
Definitely not. It's a must-try in Barcelona. And if we can capture the steam rising from the dish, it will be a great shot.
Yes. And how about those colorful fruit stalls? Let's take some snapshots of those too.
Agreed. And let's not forget the famous Iberico ham. I've heard it's amazing.
Sounds like we've got lots of delicious food and great photo opportunities ahead of us.
Yes, but let's make sure to eat in moderation so we can enjoy everything to its fullest.
Good idea. And we should also ask for recommendations from the locals, they always know the best spots.
Yes, I'm looking forward to trying all the local favorites. Let's get started.
Hey there. I couldn't help but notice that you are an engineer from a marine energy company. What brings you here to the fishing port?
Yeah, I'm here to discuss the potential impact of our offshore energy development on the local fishing industry.
Ah yes, we fishermen are too often forgotten in the pursuit of clean energy. Why don't you come aboard and we can discuss it further?
Thanks, I'd love to. I'm actually an avid fisherman myself, so I have a lot of respect for your profession.
You're preaching to the choir. So what measures are you taking to ensure that the fishing industry is not negatively affected by your energy development?
Well, we're conducting studies on the local ecosystem and the fishing industry to identify potential impacts. We're also looking into ways that we can collaborate with fishermen to minimize any adverse effects.
That sounds promising. But let me ask you, have you considered the visual impact of offshore wind turbines on my ability to navigate the waters?
Actually, that's a great point. So, we're exploring the potential for more low-profile offshore wind turbines that could be less intrusive to the fishing industry. We're also looking into how we can better communicate with fishermen about the location of our infrastructure.
That's good to hear. And what about the noise pollution from your energy development? It could scare away fish and disrupt their habitats.
Yes, noise pollution is a concern. We're exploring quieter technologies for our turbines and subsea electrical equipment. We're also analyzing the noise level of equipment during installation and maintenance and trying to keep that to a minimum.
That's wonderful. It's important to be proactive in addressing these potential issues. I appreciate the effort you're putting into this.
Of course, we want to make sure we're being good stewards of the environment and are working with and not against the local communities. Thank you for your input and willingness to collaborate.
My pleasure. And hey, maybe after all this is over, we can even do a little fishing together.
Sounds great to me. Let's make sure to keep in touch.
Hi there, welcome to the gym. I'm A, your personal trainer. What's your name?
Hi, I'm B. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, B. Let's start with some warm-up exercises. How do you usually warm up?
I usually start with some stretching and then spend some time on the treadmill.
Great, we'll start with some stretching then. Let's stretch our arms and legs first.
Okay, that sounds good.
Now, let's move on to working out. For cardio, we have the treadmill or the stationary bike. Which would you prefer?
I prefer the stationary bike.
Perfect, we'll set the resistance at level 5 for now. Begin pedaling slowly and we'll gradually increase the intensity as we go.
Wow, this is really challenging.
You're doing great, B. Keep going. Let's try to maintain our speed at 80 RPM for the next 5 minutes.
Breathing heavily.
Excellent effort, B. Let's take a quick break and then move on to some resistance exercises.
Sounds good to me.
We'll begin with the leg press. Set it at 60 kilograms for starters. Keep your back straight and push with your heels.
Struggling, this is tougher than I thought it would be.
You're doing fine, B. Let's switch to the chest press. Keep your elbows at a 90-degree angle and push forward using the palms of your hands.
Panting, I feel like I'm getting really exhausted.
It's completely normal to feel like that, B. Let's wrap things up with some cool-down stretches.
Sighs and relief, that sounds like a great idea.
This part is just as important as the warm-up. It helps prevent soreness and injury.
Okay, I'm feeling much better now.
Great job today, B. I'm looking forward to our next session.
Thanks, A. I couldn't have done it without your help. You're an awesome trainer.
Thank you, B. It's always a pleasure working with motivated people like you. Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 authorization?
Yeah, I have. It's a standard for information security management, right?
Yes, it is. Do you know what it entails?
Well, I think it includes conducting risk assessments, implementing security controls, and continuous monitoring, among other things.
Exactly. It's all about protecting confidential information and ensuring data integrity.
That sounds vital, especially with the increase in cyber attacks and data breaches.
Absolutely. Implementing ISO 27001 authorization can prevent such unfortunate incidents from occurring.
So, is it applicable to all types of organizations?
Yes, whether it's a small startup or a large corporation, it can be implemented by anyone who handles sensitive information.
Interesting. Have you ever worked on an ISO 27001 authorization project?
Yes, I have. It requires a lot of preparation and effort, but it's definitely worth it.
What was the most challenging part of the project for you?
I think it was getting everyone on the same page and ensuring everyone understood the importance of following the security protocols.
I can see how that would be a challenge. But once everyone's on board, it can really benefit the company in the long run.
Exactly. It shows that the company takes data security seriously and can increase customer trust.
Yeah, and it can also help with compliance with regulations and legal requirements.
Absolutely. And with the rise of the digital era, it's more important than ever to protect sensitive information.
Well, thanks for sharing your insight with me, A. I think I'll look further into ISO 27001 authorization now.
Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
Hi, A. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. What about you?
I'm doing well too, thanks. So, let's get started. I wanted to talk about our database system.
Sure thing. What's on your mind?
Well, I think we could optimize it to make it more efficient. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. We could probably improve the indexing and caching algorithms to speed things up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Do you have any suggestions for how we could accomplish this?
One idea I had was to use distributed caching, which would help reduce the load on the database server.
That sounds promising. Do you think we have the resources to implement that?
Definitely. We could use a caching service like Memcached or Redis, which are widely used and well supported.
Great. Let's schedule a meeting with the rest of the team to discuss this further.
Sounds good. And on a completely unrelated note, have you seen the new Avengers movie yet?
Not yet. Is it as good as everyone says?
Oh yeah, it's incredible. You have to see it.
I'll definitely have to check it out then. Thanks for the recommendation.
No problem. So, about that meeting.
Right, sorry. Let me check my calendar. How about next Thursday at 2 p.m.?
Works for me. I'll make sure to invite everyone and prepare an agenda in advance.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can come up with to improve our database system.
Me too. And in the meantime, if you need any help with anything else, feel free to let me know.
Will do. Thanks, B. See you next Thursday.
See you then, A. Have a good one.
Hi there, I'm from the cargo department of XYZ Airlines. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jack, one of the cargo handlers here at the airport. Nice to meet you too.
So Jack, I was just wondering, how do you guys handle the loading and unloading of cargo from our planes?
Well, we have a pretty strict process we follow. We first inspect all the cargo to ensure it's secured and properly labeled, and then use special equipment to load and unload them.
That's good to hear. Safety is definitely a top priority for us. Speaking of equipment, have you ever had any unusual cargo that was difficult to handle?
Oh yeah, we've had a few. One time we had to transport a massive stuffed animal that barely fit in the cargo hold.
Laughs, I can only imagine the looks on your faces. It must have been quite a sight.
Definitely. We also once had a shipment of live lobsters that got loose and started crawling all over the tarmac.
Laughs, that's hilarious. I'm sure that kept you guys on your toes. Speaking of lobster, what's your favorite seafood?
I'm more of a sushi guy myself. But if I had to choose, I'd go for some grilled shrimp with garlic butter sauce.
Now you're speaking my language. Grilled shrimp is the best. Anyway, thanks for sharing. It's been great chatting with you.
No problem, always happy to help out a fellow industry professional. Safe travels.
Hi, I'm the photographer for this project. It's great to meet you.
Hello, I'm the conservationist. It's great to work with a photographer who values the environment.
Definitely. I love capturing the beauty of nature and showcasing it through my photos. What kind of wildlife do you work with?
I mainly focus on birds of prey, such as eagles and hawks. But I also work with other animals and their habitats.
That's fascinating. I bet you have some great stories to share.
Oh, there are a few. Like the time I had to rescue a baby eagle that had fallen out of its nest.
Wow, that must have been an incredible experience. I can't wait to capture some of these animals in their natural habitats.
Yes, it will be great to have some photos that showcase the beauty of these creatures and raise awareness about their conservation.
Absolutely. I think it's important to not only admire the scenery but to also understand the impact we have on the environment.
Agreed. It's our responsibility to protect these animals and their habitats for future generations.
Well said. Let's get to work and capture some amazing shots.
Sounds like a plan. Let's make sure we don't disturb the wildlife too much.
Of course not. We'll be respectful and careful to not disrupt their natural behavior.
Perfect. Let's go explore and see what we can find.
Hey there, B. What's going on today in the office?
Nothing much, just trying to avoid getting too distracted by all the chatter around us.
Huh. I know what you mean. It can definitely be hard to concentrate with so much noise.
Yeah, but at least we have some nice music playing in the background to help drown out the noise.
Wait, music? I didn't even notice it. But now that you mention it, I do hear something.
Yeah, it's our team's playlist. We all contributed a few of our favorite songs to it.
Oh, I love that idea. What song did you add?
Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. It's a classic.
Yes, it definitely is. I added Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars. It always gets me pumped up.
Nice choice. I'll have to add that one to my personal playlist.
Speaking of music, have you heard about that new band that everyone's been raving about?
Which band is that?
The one called the Midnight Ramblers. Apparently, they're amazing live.
Oh yeah, I heard about them. I think they're playing at the music festival next month.
Yes, they are. We should definitely get tickets and go together.
Absolutely. It'll be a great way to unwind after a long week at work.
Agreed. And maybe we can even convince some of our other coworkers to join us.
Sounds like a plan. This should definitely make for a fun night out.
Hey there, have you heard about the recent discussion between the oil company executives and the market analysts? They were discussing the future trends and developments in the oil market to guide the company's decision-making.
Oh wow, that sounds interesting. Can you fill me in on what they talked about?
Well, they discussed the current state of the oil market and how it's affected by global events such as the pandemic and geopolitical tensions.
Did they talk about the future potential of renewable energy in comparison to fossil fuels?
Yes, that was a big part of the discussion. The analysts presented data showing the increasing demand for clean and renewable energy in the market and the potential impact on sales for traditional oil companies.
That's definitely something the company needs to be aware of. Did they mention anything about investing in renewable energy?
Yes, they did talk about the possibility of diversifying into renewable energy to keep up with market trends.
It would be risky to make such a transition, but it could also be a smart move for the company's long-term sustainability.
Exactly, and they also discussed the importance of research and mapping out a clear strategy before making any big moves.
I think it's great that the company is considering all its options to adapt to changing market trends.
Agreed, and it was interesting to listen to the different perspectives from the executives and the analysts.
I'm sure they had some lively debates.
Oh yes, there were definitely some opposing views, but they all ultimately agreed on the importance of staying knowledgeable and flexible in the ever-changing oil market.
It's definitely a challenging industry, but I have faith that the company will make informed decisions for their future success.
Absolutely, the discussion was just the first step in a process of continued strategic planning and decision-making for the company. Good morning, sir. Are you here for a scheduled flight or just dropping off someone?
Good morning. I'm actually the airline manager checking out our airport processes. Speaking of which, I noticed that the security line seems to be moving too slow. Any ideas on how we can improve that?
Well, we've been trying to cut down on passengers carrying prohibited items on their hand carry bags. But that only takes a small portion of people.
That seems understandable. Have you tried any systems or technology that can speed up the process?
Actually, we just implemented an automated tray return system. It's been quite effective in saving our personnel some time carrying the trays back to the beginning of the conveyor.
That's great. I'm all for any implementation that will improve our customer experience. By the way, do you have any tips on what I can do during the security check process?
Yes, make sure to remove all metallic items like keys, cell phones, and watches. You can also remove your belt and shoes to speed up the process. And most importantly, stay patient and follow our personnel's instructions.
Great, thanks for the heads up. By the way, how do you keep yourself entertained during slow times?
Well, I enjoy making small talk with passengers and observing their behavior. It can be quite amusing.
Laughs, I see. You seem like you enjoy your job. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir. It's important to make sure our passengers have a pleasant and safe travel experience. Enjoy your flight. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all excited for tonight's performance.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this for weeks now.
That's great to hear. What's your favorite type of music?
I'm a huge fan of classical music. I love the way it makes me feel.
Me too. I actually have a piece by Mozart planned later tonight. It's one of my favorites.
Oh wow, I can't wait to hear it. How did you become a musician, by the way?
I grew up in a musical family. My parents played various instruments, and they inspired me to follow in their footsteps.
That's fantastic. Do you have any advice for aspiring musicians out there?
My advice would be to practice, practice, practice. And also, never stop learning. There's always something new to discover in music.
That's great advice, thank you. Speaking of discovering new things, have you ever collaborated with other musicians?
Yes, I have actually. I played in orchestras and also worked with other solo artists.
That's amazing. I can't imagine how incredible it must feel to make music with other people.
It really is a unique and special experience. Alright, let's get started. I hope you enjoy the show. Hi B, it's great to meet you here. I'm a data scientist at this pharmaceutical company, and I'm excited to learn how we can use AI in drug discovery. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure, hey. As an AI specialist, my main job is to analyze large amounts of data in a quick and efficient manner. In the field of drug development, this means we can use AI to analyze potential chemical structures and predict which ones are most likely to produce new drugs.
That sounds really impressive. So, the AI will help us identify molecules that have the best chance of being effective?
Yes, exactly. We can use machine learning algorithms to sift through vast amounts of chemical and biological data and make predictions about which combinations are most likely to be effective in treating certain diseases.
Wow, that sounds like it could speed up the drug development process quite a bit.
Absolutely. In the past, drug development was a time-consuming and expensive process, but with the help of AI, we can analyze and sort through massive amounts of data much more quickly than would otherwise be possible.
It's amazing what technology can do these days. What about side effects or unforeseen consequences of a new drug?
That's an important point. While AI can help us identify promising new drugs, it's still important to conduct extensive testing and clinical trials in order to ensure that they are safe and effective for human use.
That makes sense. It's reassuring to know that we still have human oversight in the process.
Definitely. Even with AI helping us identify potential new drugs, it will still likely take many years of research and testing before we see any new treatments on the market.
Still, it's exciting to think about the possibilities. Thanks for explaining all of this to me, B.
My pleasure, A. I'm always happy to talk about how AI can be used to improve our lives and advance society.
Hey B, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing fine. So, how's it going with the UI design?
It's good, but I think it can be better. We need to consider the user experience.
Agreed. What do you think we can do to improve it?
Well, I think we should focus on simplifying the user interface.
That's a great idea. What other suggestions do you have?
I also think we should improve the navigation system. It should be intuitive and easy for users to find what they need.
Definitely. How about the visual design? Any thoughts on that?
Yes, I think we should create a cohesive color scheme and use visuals consistently throughout the platform.
Sounds like a solid plan. I was also thinking we could add some interactive features to make the user experience more engaging.
That's a good suggestion. We could consider adding things like animations, videos, and chatbots to make the platform more interactive.
Great idea. Do you think we should do some user testing to get feedback on these changes?
Absolutely. User feedback is crucial in ensuring that our design changes are effective.
Any suggestions on how we can do that?
We could send out surveys to users or conduct focus group interviews to get more in-depth feedback.
Perfect. I think we're on the right track to improving the user interface.
Agreed. It's all about creating a seamless and enjoyable user experience.
Definitely. Let's get started on implementing these changes.
Sounds good. I'm excited to see how the changes will turn out.
Me too. Thanks for your help, B.
No problem, A. Let's make this platform the best it can be.
Hey coach, I need some advice on how to improve my running endurance.
Of course. What have you been doing so far in terms of training?
I've been running regularly, but I always get winded after a few minutes.
Have you tried incorporating intervals into your runs? They can really help build up your stamina.
I haven't, but I'm willing to give it a shot. How would that work exactly?
Basically, you alternate between running at a moderate pace and then sprinting at a faster pace for short bursts of time.
Gotcha. How long should each interval be?
It depends on your fitness level, but starting with 30-second sprints followed by a minute of moderate pace is a good place to begin.
Sounds intense, but I'm up for the challenge.
Great attitude. Another thing you can focus on is your breathing technique. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling deeply and consistently throughout your run.
Okay, I'll make sure to pay more attention to that. Thanks for the advice, coach.
Anytime. Remember, consistency is key. Keep up with your training and you'll see improvement in no time.